LTTV.
Shout out to LTTV.
Shout out to brother LTTV.
Include the LTTV in the building, man.
I got the LTTV.
Nobody's LT, and I'm certainly not implying that.
Shout out to LTTV.
Shout out to LTTV.
Include the LTTV in the building, man.
Shout out to brother LTTV.
I got the LTTV.
Nobody's LT, and I'm certainly not implying that.
LT cooking your ass.
Who the clappers up?
Oh my God. Are women?
I don't listen to women.
Brother,
I don't listen to women.
Brother.
It's straight from the top.
The man.
It's God over man, man over woman, woman over child.
Right.
I take into consideration what she says, but I don't hearken unto the voice of a woman. Over and over again.
Talk to me.
You got to control yourself because that's not manly.
Talk to me, brother.
You got to control yourself.
Brother, talk to me, brother.
Then he admitted and he acted like he was just adding context to the woman that was saying that she was coming out of her whole phase.
Right. Did you?
Wait.
Go ahead.
Hold it in. Hold it in, bro. Get that up out of you.
I'm coming out of my celibacy. I kind of want to have a phase where I have 3 hoes. 3 hoes.
Come on, rotation.
Yeah, just to like live that life for a little bit, like a solid roster. Just because I've never done that. I've been
Now, when you say coming out of your celibacy, are you out of it already?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But, you know, then I got ghosted. So that's a whole other story.
Hold that in.
Ooh, sassiness.
Hold that in. But instead of telling her no, you should still be abstinent and not date, he then told her, date them all. She said, I want one on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. That's what she said, word for word.
Remix.
Monday, she said, I kind of want one for Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
I'm like, you know what? I want to have like a little Tuesday, a little Wednesday, a little Saturday.
Right.
Rotation.
But she
Right.
knows what
Keep
she
it
wants.
cute.
So what do you think
Right.
about that?
I say date them all, and let the richest
But
man
where
that
are
loves you the most
they?
win.
And so
Stop making up this narrative of an abusive household. Was he abusive? Oh, wait.
Bro,
No.
this is what I'm saying.
No, let me finish. This is my question to you. Right. Was he abusive before you opened up your legs to him?
You want to sleep with me? $50,000.
Facts.
Because that's advice you would give, right?
And I don't want you to pander because you're leading people astray. You leading people and you presenting yourself a certain way, but I don't want to call you a false prophet. I just want to say that you need better understanding. You're not ready to have conversations with people of how it is that they're supposed to be operating in a relationship.
Nah, you can't be that. That's hypocritical. That's hypocritical.
This is a conversation that I hear all the time, especially from my brothers. The brothers, they want a woman to cooperate. The brothers, they want a woman who's submissive. A lot of brothers are complaining, saying that things have changed with the level.
Crying to me, and I'm not having that. Yeah, LTTV, Blunt Talk with LT, back at it with another video. All right, let's get into this one. We have a lot to break down here. We have a debate between Yada Awakening and Anton Daniels. Listen, y'all, we have the receipts, the evidence, because they were making claims about what was said on the Angeli Yee podcast Lip Service when Anton Daniels was calling out Yada Awakening, talking about you were simping, you were doing X, Y, and Z, you said X, Y, and Z. So we have the footage. They were unable to pull it up during the debate. We got the footage. Now, for me, when I hear all this shit, I'm like, I don't give a fuck about all these motherfuckers crying. They're like, oh, these women are less submissive.
We don't care.
Let me tell you
All this shit we hear on the internet, I don't care for this shit, to be honest. I care to comment on it. I care to give commentary. I don't care to be a leader in this talk space trying to lead men into better relationships and be that type of counselor for these dumbass niggas. Like, I ain't doing that. These dweeb square ass motherfuckers that spend all their time on the internet. I'm not here to lead these motherfuckers into a prominent relationship. All this shit is corny. If you need help on the internet, you're already fucked. That's just the way I look at it, and I stand on that. After years of watching this shit, motherfuckers that need help, they're going to continue needing help, and they're going to continue rinsing out their pockets to motherfuckers like this. But let's get into this, man. We have an episode of hatred towards women from Anton Daniels' side, because it shows. It shows in the comments that he says. Now, I watched this, and I'm like, wait, Anton's winning this debate? I'm like, what the hell was that? But then I listened to his rhetoric. I'm like, you hear the hatred towards women in some of these comments. Because this other dude was simping. He was pandering. He was leading women astray. Both of the rhetoric that we're about to hear is damaging to men and women. All this shit trying to lead people. They're just trying to lead people into spending money to finesse their pockets. That's what it really comes down to, man. Nobody wants to tell it how it is because everybody wants to get rich out this bitch. I'm getting rich. Let's get into it, chat. Let's be objective about this. Let's break this down.
Of submissiveness from women. So the question is, have women become less submissive? Anton, we started with Yada last round. I want to start with you this time. Have women become less submissive, Anton?
Yeah, absolutely. 100% they've become less submissive. And I like to answer questions directly, and then I want to add the context, right?
Okay.
Part of the reason why they become less submissive because they become less reliant on men for provision and protection, right? Some of that is society, and that we've civilized the world so much to where we're no longer hunters and gatherers, right? We now have the technology to where people can live on their own and they can survive on their own because everything is automated.
Now, I also chopped this video up a little bit. We're not reacting to the entire 3 hours or however long this interview is. I cut out some of the parts. I rearranged it because they talk a lot of biblical shit to begin with, and I don't want to do that. I want to get into the parts where they make claims where they're unable to substantiate it because the video evidence wasn't there. That's the part I want to get into first so we can react to what was said on Angela Yee's podcast and get the real commentary on what was said because they both lie. Anton stretches the truth a little bit, and this guy just straight up lies. So let's get into it, man.
Technology, so on and so forth, right? But the other part of it is that people have the ability to choose for themselves, right? Historically, women just became able to vote within the last 50 to 60 years, right? They just been able to get some of the jobs that they had within the last 50 to 60 years. The problem with that, though, is that historically, and you see it within our culture and our community, is that when people have the option to choose for themselves, often at times they choose wrong.
Now get this weak shit out of here. You trying to baby grown-ass adults in the free world? Well, is this what we're doing out of here, man?
Get him out of here. He's got no place in here. Get rid of him. Okay.
So in your presumption, people that have free will often choose wrong. So you're going to take that free will away from them and control them in some sort of way. And he's specifically speaking about women because he's talking about women's rights, women's freedom, the past 50, 60 years, women being less submissive. This is where you start noticing some of these things.
Right? So I'll give you an example. Men used to give their daughters over to husbands as virgins. You don't see that anymore. Often at times, most times, women had never known another man. But now they have the ability to do what they want with their body. Now, the other side of that, though, is there are some men that have absolutely ruined some women, and then you've seen women have to fend for themselves and have to pick up the pieces for themselves and have to find themselves in that because they didn't have the fathers or they didn't have the protection or they had an uncle that touched on them when they was younger. And those are some of the subjects that we don't broach as far as the core reasons as to why people are broken before they even reach adulthood. So before you even have the ability to choose for yourself, you already broken. You see what I'm saying? Or you have the...
Now, the irony of him making this statement, and this is the problem with the fact that I kind of rearranged the order of how the sequencing worked while you watch the video. Because if you watch the 3-hour video, he got on Yada Awakening talking about why would you assume there was men in the family doing harm to these women. You automatically put the women in the victim and the men as the villains. He got on him for doing that, but yet his example suggests the same thing.
Child support system, or you have society that has leveraged the child support system in order to endear you to a specific party. And so they've incentivized you to depend on the federal government instead of leaning on your parents. Or we've promoted in the culture for you to leave the house at 18, right? That's not conducive for your lifestyle. That's never going to work for you. It's never going to be ideal for you to be out there as a woman at 18 and 19 years old by yourself. So is there some responsibility on the fathers and the parents and the culture itself for influencing and then ultimately pushing the women out there and men out there? Men are supposed to kind of be pushed out there, but they're supposed to fail in controlled environments. Is there some responsibility? Absolutely. But to answer your question again, to bring it back, are women less submissive? Absolutely, but that's the context behind it.
There you have
So
it.
it's not their fault entirely. It's not entirely their fault. You can never hang something, especially on a person that was raised to be a certain way. You can never 100% put something on somebody like that. That's not entirely their fault.
And Yada, what do you think about what Anton is saying?
I mean, he articulated very beautiful. Like, he articulated very, very beautiful. But what I would say, to me, and from what I see is, when a man is able to properly lead, properly provide, help this woman reach her best version, heal from past trauma and pain, she becomes submissive.
Now, what do we see here? We see pandering. What was the question, chat? The question was, are women less submissive nowadays? What type of response was that? Men, if they deal with their trauma, they will be... Man, shit.
Man, sit your dumb ass
This is the problem with debates like this. This is the problem with conversations like this. You have far right and far left. You have Anton feeding into the red pill matrix ideology, and you have this guy all the way blue pill simping. It's like, what are we doing out here?
I don't care what her background is. I don't care if her mommy was there, her daddy wasn't there. I don't care what's going on. When a woman steps into the presence of a man that walks with God's attributes, leading, guiding, protecting, this woman is going to naturally become submissive.
Bro, are women less submissive nowadays? Yes or no? All this other, she will naturally become less submissive with these variables. No one cares about none of that shit, nigga. Answer the goddamn question. What are we doing out here?
Because in her nature to be submissive. But she's been put through this man, father not being there, mother not showing her how to be a woman. So when a woman is guided and loved and protected, and I need these words to be heard, when she feels stable, safe, and secure, she's going to dwell in her femininity.
Oh my, this is simp talking point versus red pill talking point. This is going to be so bad. Chronic Introvert says, screw the drink. Nah, man, we're going to need a drink. We are going to need that. We're going to need some donations. We're going to need the PayPals, the Cash Apps. We're going to need a drink, bruh.
We need to work. We need to be more focused on these donations.
This is why I hate YouTube. That was a filthy finesse. I ain't even trying that. That's gross work out here. What kind of excuse is that for more? That's some Floyd ass excuse for more Cash Apps. What am I doing, bruh? Get me the fuck out of here.
Stay off the weed.
Shout out to Stay Gold Radio with the $5 super chat.
I'm getting rich.
Brother Jumpy Stay Gold Radio says, these niggas spend more time talking to other men than being around actual women. These sassive, aggressive niggas out of here. Or get these sassive and aggressive niggas out of here. That's facts, man. That's facts. Sassive, aggressive. Yo, that's a new one, bro. That is a new one. These sassive, aggressive niggas.
And this is where the submissiveness comes from. If a man has to demand a woman to be submissive, he must look in the mirror at himself. Are you able to lead her properly? Are you able to guide her properly? Are you verbally, mentally, physically abusive? Are you able to make love to her mind? Or are you just able to make love to her body? When a man stands on truth and his foundation is God, the woman becomes submissive. I believe, in my opinion, that women stop being submissive because men forgot how to properly lead. Not just lead, but properly lead on each and every level. And I don't care if it's, the brother mentioned welfare or anything external. If it's inside the house and family is business, we have to look at the man running the business. How does she feel? Does she feel heard? Does she feel accepted? Does she feel stable and loved and secure? And the answer is yes, you'll see it by the fruit she bear. But if the answer is no, you're going to see it by the fruit she bears. So all a man has to do is step into the characteristics of God. And this is when you'll see the greatest version of your woman, because you became the greatest version of yourself, and your woman is a reflection of you.
Y'all just remember this rhetoric. Remember all this bullshit when we get to the Angela Yee segment and we see what he's saying to the girl that wants to have her whole fit. Just remember all this bullshit. This is a whole mess. This is a filthy mess, bruh.
I'm talking about your woman, not some random woman you met off the street.
So so just to be clear, does every woman have the ability to be submissive so every woman has this ability based upon how the man shows up?
I want to go to scriptures because I'm sitting in front of this beautiful brother.
Stick together.
Mm-hmm.
Pause.
The question, once again, is, are women less submissive? What is going on with this?
So every woman has this ability based upon how the man shows up.
I want to go to scriptures because I'm sitting in front of this beautiful brother. when I got on saying God's name, all praises, but when Jesus,
this guy put God's name in the same sentence as some zesty work.
Wallahi al-azim, you are gay. Don't say this to me. Wallahi, you are gay. I've seen him do it.
Seen Mary Magdalene about to get stoned. He said, "Ye without sin cast the first stone." This one was a known prostitute. But the presence of him, the attributes he held of God, made this woman change her whole life. And after he was resurrected after 3 days, who's the first person he appeared to? Mary Magdalene. So if the man is leading and guiding and walking with the attributes of God, a prostitute can change her life. And the Bible also says, Jesus.
Oh, shut up, nigga.
Yep, the Bible also says,
oh, shut up, nigga.
Man, we tired, man. We tired, man. What's going on out here? This is filthy work.
Oh, yes. The camera loves your nastiness.
Everything I can do, everything I do, you can do, as long as you believe.
He said, greater will you do. But
greater. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. I appreciate
y'all
that.
brothers on the scripture, man. I'm proud of y'all.
Facts. So essentially, I'm actually shocked here because believe it or not, it's actually a lot of agreeing going on this question, but
I understand
with the brothers
that.
on the concept of submission.
I understand that. So let's swing it a little bit, and I want to start with Anton. Mm-hmm. Do you think that women's dating expectations are too high? Because the men are saying women want entirely too much during the dating phase.
I don't believe in dating.
I agree.
Really?
I don't agree.
I don't believe in dating.
Get him out of here. He's got no place in here. Get rid of him. Okay.
Bro, we are in 2024. This is the blind leading the blind. This is the blind leading the blind. At one point, Anton tells this guy that he's not qualified to be leading anybody because he's pandering to these women and he's leading them astray. And that is true for him. But it also pertains to Anton and his ideology. You don't believe in dating? We're in 2024, bruh. How you making it happen? You're just meeting people and then you're getting married. No sex, no dating, no. What are we doing out here? This is 2024. He's giving impractical advice on some super religious shit that doesn't apply to the majority of the folks out there. Like, I don't get none of this shit. Why is this leading discussion? This, man, come on, man. What are we doing out here?
So how do you get to know a woman?
I think that you know your wife when you meet her.
What?
I agree.
Really?
I don't agree
I don't believe in dating
at all.
So how do you get to know a woman?
I think that you know your wife when you meet her.
You know your wife when you meet her. There's no dating involved, so you just see the woman, and all of a sudden, it's like, what happens in between all this shit? I'm very confused. Let's get it.
Really?
Hold on. And this is why I say,
shout out to BZE, BZE with the $5 super chat.
I'm getting rich.
You said Anton won hands down. Yeah, that sounds crazy. As a man, you should want your girl to follow you, not you following her and giving her all your resources. Shout out to you with the $5. Now, although I am here calling out folks, calling out both of them actually for their rhetoric, for the Anton's hatred of women and this guy's strict pandering, I did watch this debate and felt like Anton won this debate. As somebody that has cooked Anton religiously, I seen this debate. I'm like, man, this guy on the side doesn't know what the fuck you talking about. Anton be tripping a lot of the times. A lot of his points is dog shit. But come on, man. What is this guy talking about? This guy is out of his goddamn mind. But let's get it, man.
he said, Yada, when you he just mentioned, you said a man should have 300,000. Like he said, man should go after a woman with purpose, not to date her, not to sleep with her, not to have children out of wedlock. That's my wife. I'm going to court you for however long, but this is going to end in marriage. And this is why I say a man should provide a woman's every need, because you're going after a woman with purpose.
So you have to understand his ideology, and when you peel back the layers of when he says a man should provide a woman's every need. When we get to the Angela Yee segment, you'll really understand the type of pay pig he expects men to be. While it is egregious. These folks are lost, man. Let's get into this, man.
Brother, I apologize.
No, I don't believe in dating.
So, and give me
also lost
context on when you say a man knows his wife.
One thing that he
said,
said, one thing that he said, well, he didn't say it specifically, but he used several different examples. One thing that he said previously, when he just spoke, not just this time, but previous to that, is he was speaking about submission and how you can inherently, every woman has the ability to be submissive depending on the circumstances that she put in, especially when she's under a certain type of man. I do believe that every woman has the ability to be submissive.
On praises.
Okay.
But I also believe that you should be equally yoked. I'm not going to chase something that's not of me in order to try to convince them or show them that I have the ability to provide for them to where they can be submissive under me.
Well, give us some context as well to equally yoked, because I think that's thrown around.
A lot of guys run out there and they try to get the thing that's the finest. A lot of guys run out there and a lot of the foundation of their relationship is based off of sex. Like, they don't have anything to stand on once they start to have conversations about things that's much deeper than what's on the surface.
Yeah, how do you get to that if you don't date? I'm still trying to figure out this in-between gray area that he goes from when you see your wife and you know that's your wife immediately, and how do you get to that without dating in 2024? This to me is insanity, but let's hear it.
And so at that point, you realize that you're unequally yoked, but you've already started to join in together as though you were married by doing things that married people do. And so that's the one thing that I think that is nuanced in a conversation, is that we're not talking about being equally yoked, right? A lot of times we say that guys are supposed to take on something that's not for them for the sake of saving a woman from herself.
That's crazy work. Can we get these likes up, y'all? That's the only thing crazier than that is these likes, man. These likes are filthy. What is this? Let me refresh the browser. I always got to do this to make sure because this is unbelievable. Oh, this is putrid, bro. This is for real. Oh man, we commercial break, chat. All right, we got a few more likes. Let's get it, chat.
It's not his purpose. That may not even be his wife. But a lot of times we incentivize men to do so because we hearken leaving a woman from herself. That's not his purpose. That may not even be his wife. But a lot of times we incentivize men to do so because we hearken unto the voices of women and what they want. That's not what we are supposed to do. When it comes to the whole idea of your wife, I believe that women often at times skip over the men that they were supposed to marry. And then they try to have a redemption arc.
Bro, I hate these talking points. These talking points were around when Kevin Samuels was around. R.I.P. Like, men were just trying to, oh, you should have married the man you had babies with and blah, 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 and shaming these women with that SBE shit. Like, what are we going back to this? Is this what going, oh, come on, man.
I believe that men often at times, they ignore the women that is supposed to be for them because they're too busy focused on these women that's for the streets, right? I believe that a lot of times, your wife or the person that you're supposed to be with, and we talk about guys that's in the friend zone and stuff a lot of times, but you're supposed to marry your best friend. That's the person that has your that's the person that has your best interests at heart. That's the person that wants the best for you. That's the person that absolutely is going to be there through thick and thin. And all of the vows that you're going to take, they're already living it. They're a reflection of it. But so many times we're incentivized by the things that's around us, influenced by the things that's around us, especially when we have a young mind. And your mind is not even fully developed until you in your mid-20s. And so a lot of times we used to depend on our culture, we used to depend on our family to help us vet and see things that we couldn't see. But now we're choosing for ourselves. So again, I don't believe in dating. I believe that dating is just the gateway for you to find yourself in situations that you're not supposed to be in. And I believe that you know your wife very, very early. And a lot of times we skip over the person that we're supposed to be with.
So you know what? I get context now. This is why you brought up. So I think this is a difference here because you actually stated when you went to Angela Yee, the young lady was stating, because a lot of women ask this question too. They're like, look, I want to date multiple men. You know,
this is where the receipt pull begins. All right, y'all. This is where the show really starts. This is where we really start getting into it, chat. All right, let's get it. Let's see where the fabrications, the tall tales, the misrepresentation of points. This is where it all begins, chat. Oh, well, hold up, chat. We got a super chat.
I'm getting rich.
Shout out to Jay the Informant with the $2 super chat. Jay the Informant says Gucci third leg infection equals Anton verbal message. Whoa. Huh? Gucci third leg, the person that's hitting them with the herp and Gipoli? The man spreading the herps? That's equal to Anton's verbal message? Hey, yo. What's going on out here?
That's like a big thing. They want to date multiple men.
This is a sister saying she's already dated. I said, look, date them all until you find what's for you. I didn't say sleep with them all.
You know, when you went to Angela Yee, the young lady was stating, because a lot of women ask this question too. They're like, look, I want to date multiple men. You know, that's like a big thing. They want to date multiple men.
This is a sister saying she's already dated. I said, look, date them all until you find what's for you. I didn't say sleep with them all. I didn't say cook for them all. I didn't say do no wifely duties.
But you said you didn't believe in dating.
Hold on, brother. Hold on. This is a woman that asked me a question.
I know. I seen it.
Right. She said, I'm already dating 3 men. Date them all until you find what's good for you. So now, if you're already having sex, stop. I tell women all the time, you're being a wife to a man that doesn't even deserve that.
Right.
You're cooking for a man that doesn't deserve that. And this is when I say, is he at least paying your bills? Because that's what a husband does. People are taking my words and putting their own remixes on them.
I didn't say you said anything that you didn't say.
I'm talking to him, brother.
What the hell was that?
That was the worst advice of all time. Well, you know what? I'm not going to do the breakdown. Let this finish first, and I'm going to break it down. What the?
No. It's okay, brother. I love you. Hey, bro, I love you, man.
No. You talking to him, but
so
you debating me.
A lot of people, Go ahead,
Kamala.
Honestly, talking to you now, I realize it's not even a debate. Because a lot of our basics are similar. A lot of the foundation of what me and him talk about is similar.
True.
It's just different angles from different perspectives. And I understand his opinion. I see it, and I respect it. Yeah, I think that might be my little brother right there. You never know.
Try to little bro you?
You're a victim. There we go, CSI.
That's cute.
See, that's my favorite line too. That's cute. That's my little brother. But
I am delivered.
Both of them. What the hell we doing out here?
All I'm saying, when I said the woman should date multiple men, I'm not saying cook for them. I'm not saying sleep with them. I'm saying if you're already in this mix, find out what's good for you. You don't have no children as of yet. Go ahead. Enjoy yourself. But make sure there's a limit onto what you do. Because you're already in that field. I'm coming from her understanding. Go ahead. Now, if this is a young girl coming.
He's trying to keep this girl cheeks for the rest of her life. This is some of the worst advice ever. Date multiple men. He said the caveat, don't be sleeping with all of them. But you're putting no effort into actually becoming something more. Oh, don't do this for them, don't cook for them, don't do X. Okay, so why would this be appeasing or appealing for a man to try to take this further into a relationship? Try to keep you for what? When you're dating multiple dudes and you're not doing anything, you're not putting effort, and these guys have to be spending towards you. What? That's terrible advice. What fairyland does this nigga live in? That's not getting no woman wifed. This is terrible, man.
And to me, hey, y'all, I'm thinking about such and such. Sister, stay focused. Keep your body to yourself. If you're still a virgin, hold it. If you've already lost your virginity, stop. If a man truly loves you, which the woman is the prize, if a man truly loves you, he's going to become a champion. And he's going to show you why he wants you in his life. So ladies, if a man is unable to provide your every need as a husband should do, he's not the one for you. And I'm going to say that and I'm going to stand on that. I'm harder on the men, yes, because men are the leaders.
So let me close this poll out real quick.
No.
Go ahead, come on.
So should she date or should she not date?
The woman that I was speaking to, I came from her understanding. And I said, sister, you got 3 men, date them all until you find which one is for you. I didn't say sleep with them. I didn't say cook for them. Go to the movies, hang out, have the conversation with them. The one that's for you is going to overshadow everybody else.
She said that she was looking to basically go through a whole phase because she had been abstinent for the last 2 years and she was coming out of her abstinence. That's what she said.
And what did I say?
Why you interrupting me now? See, you didn't want to talk to me. You wanted to talk to them.
I love you, man. What's going on, man?
You didn't want to talk. No, hold on. Wait.
Stick together.
Pause. Can you look that up so we can get the specifics on that? Can you look that up? Can you find that?
He didn't want to talk to me. He wanted to talk to y'all.
Check TikTok.
And I told him to look me in the eye, and he kept looking at y'all.
Stick together. Pause.
But now that I'm speaking to his soul.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Gay.
The fuck you mean you're speaking to his soul?
Stop it. Get some help.
Specifics on that? Can you look it up? Can you find that?
He didn't want to talk to me. He wanted to talk to y'all.
Check TikTok.
And I told him to look me in the eye, and he kept looking at y'all. But now that I'm speaking to his soul, right? I'm talking to his soul.
The devil is devilish.
We get into the core.
Oh, yes. The camera loves your nastiness.
Of who he is, because you can't say one thing and then mean something else. Let me add the rest of the context of what he said. He then was telling them to charge money like prostitutes.
Play the clip, please.
He told them to charge.
Find that clip.
This is the great part of the show because we're gonna play the clip. They did not have the clip available. We're gonna play the clip, and we're gonna play the clip to completion, the full context of the conversation till the end of the conversation. So let's get it, chat.
Charge $50,000.
The remix.
Nope.
Remix.
Did you say charge money? Yes or no?
Remix.
Yes or no? Did you say
the
charge?
Remix.
Wait, it's a simple question. Yes or no? Did you say charge $50,000?
Charge them $50,000 for what, brother?
Did you say charge $50,000?
For what? You're going out. Add it together. You're breaking out
you can
bits
add
and pieces.
Whatever. No,
bits
you
and
can
pieces.
add whatever context
so
that
what
you want.
What I teach coming from my.
The lie detector test determined that was a lie.
What you teach is to lie through your teeth and wiggle out of these questions, my nigga. What is this, bruh? What is this? You said 50. Come on, man. We're gonna play the footage.
I seen Kamala Harris do this on Fox News the other day.
Hold on, brother. Hold on. All my brothers have paid for their wives. It's our tradition.
Get him out of here. He's got no place in here. Get rid of him. Okay.
You know what this motherfucker tells this woman? He tells the women to get their passports. He tells them to become passport sis. Oh, well, you're not finding the right man. He's like, well, you got to get your passports. I'm like, are you motherfucking serious? Are you serious out here? So these women got to get their passports? Is that what's going on?
I paid for the pussy, okay.
All your friends paid for their wives?
I'll just pay for the pussy, okay.
Survey said.
I paid for the pussy, okay.
It's our culture and it's our religion. We all paid for our wives. I know that's unfamiliar to him, but it does not make it wrong. And any woman that believes that they shouldn't get paid for a man to show you that they're able to take care of you is foolish, especially in this day and age.
No, I have your money. Come, walk to the door.
Pay me.
Tell her, let's go to the door.
Yes. Pay me.
Tell her.
No, I want to see the money right here.
Come on.
Here. I want to see the fucking money here.
And if women follow this, there'll be less women with children without men, because men would have to step up. Men love more what they.
Men will have to step up. I'm sorry, what country these niggas live in? Is this nigga not in the United States of America where child support is necessary or you will be jailed? What are we talking about out here? You will. What?
FBI, open up!
I'm so confused. There is a standard of accountability out here. The pandering, man. This is filthy work.
They have to invest in. Allow this man to invest into you.
Speak clearly.
Period. I love it.
On his words.
I
Listen,
love it.
Angela Yee then said. Angela Yee then said that's like prostitution.
What? Bro, what are you talking? You're remixing it. She never said that.
Listen,
bro. Play the clip, please.
Remix
King.
We gotta find
Remix
that. I'm
King.
trying to find it right now.
It's a long. It's a long.
You got it.
Go ahead.
Okay.
It's not a clip. It's an hour long.
It might be on my. It might be on my IG.
Here's the fact of the matter. We're not gonna divert away.
No,
from
you
it.
trying to remix me. You can't do that.
Listen, let me speak.
All praises.
Here's the fact of the matter is, first he agreed with me and said that I don't agree with that people should be dating.
Yes.
Then he admitted and he acted like he was just adding context to the woman that was saying that she was coming out of her whole phase.
Right. Did you
wait?
Go ahead.
Hold it in. Hold it in, bro. Get that up out of you.
Stick together. Pause. Knows he can have it. Pause. You see what I do when I got the rock. Pause.
Let me just put this in real quick.
This is Daniel, by the way.
Hold that in.
Ooh, sassiness.
Hold that of her whole phase.
Right. Did you
wait?
Go ahead.
Hold it in. Hold it in, bro. Get that up out of you. Hold that in.
Ooh, sassiness.
Hold that in. But instead of telling her no, you should still be abstinent and not date, he then told her, date them all. She said, I want one on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. That's what she said, word for word.
Remix.
Monday, she said, I kind of want one for Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
You know, are you ready to settle down, Jordan? Like,
No.
Are you? No.
Oh,
I know that's right, Jordan.
now, I would like to do a year. I was celibate for 2 years.
Okay.
So I'm coming out of my celibacy. I kind of want to have a phase where I have 3 hoes.
Now, what do we have here? We have the receipt. So we remember, I hope y'all retained everything that they said about what was represented by Yada Awakening on this podcast, because now we have the evidence. Now we're going to see this shit play out. Hold up, chat. Listen to this, chat.
Jordan. I would like to do a year. I was celibate for 2 years.
Okay.
So I'm coming out of my celibacy. I kind of want to have a phase where I have 3 hoes. 3 hoes.
Come on, rotation.
Yeah, just to like live that life for a little bit, like a solid roster. Just because I've never done that. But
Now, when you say coming out of your celibacy, are you out of it already?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But, you know, then I got ghosted, so that's a whole other story. But
The man took the cheeks and he was out. Hit and run, I'm out, my nigga. What do we do? What? You got ghosted? You trying to have a roster because you got ghosted? You need a second, third, a backup just in case the first is just... man.
just because I've never done that. But
Now, when you say coming out of your celibacy, are you out of it already?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But, you know, then I got ghosted, so that's a whole other story. But I'm like, you know what? I want to have like a little Tuesday, a little Wednesday, a little Saturday.
Right.
Rotation.
But she knows what she...
So she said a Tuesday, a Wednesday, and a Saturday. Anton said Monday, Wednesday, Friday, verbatim. So he was wrong. But the sentiment's still the same. It's pretty much the same. The days are, well, he got the days wrong, but it's the same shit. She wants a Monday, a Tuesday, and a, what was it again? See, I can't even remember this shit.
You're a victim. Here we go, CSI.
Stay off the weed.
You know, then I got ghosted, so that's a whole other story. But I'm like, you know what? I want to have like a little Tuesday, a little Wednesday, a little Saturday.
Right.
Rotation.
But she knows what
Keep
she
it
wants.
cute.
So what do you think
Right.
about that?
I say date them all. and let the richest
But
man
where
that loves
are
you the most
they?
win.
And so
Do you hear that, y'all? He said date them all and let the richest man who loves you the most win. Bro, what this is filthy work, bruh. What the hell is going on? What type of advice is this?
what do I do? Like, I don't even know where to, A, I don't know where to find them. B, I don't know what to say. I'm so out of the game.
It's so hard to tell if somebody has money too or not.
You know what I'll tell you? Date them all, but keep your vagina to yourself.
Okay.
That's not...
Now, he did say that. He said that. In the debate, he said that he told her to not be spreading the box to everyone, and Anton misrepresented it.
I've seen him
So this is where Anton was stretching the truth, and he told a tall tale, a massive fabrication added to the list. This guy was lying and acting like he didn't say everything he said, but this part was true. He was right about this. Shout out to Stay Gold Radio, Brother Jumpy with the $5 super chat.
I'm getting rich.
Brother Jumpy says, turn that filet mignon into a 304 to go. Drop your crown king. She's a Postmates.
If you don't get that.
Whoops, wrong one.
Jesus Christ.
Brother Jumpy pretty much said,
Just like a woman.
hey, yo, what's wrong with me? I'm just butchering the drops. I'm butchering the drops. It's this one. Hold up, chat. What the fuck am I doing out here? What the fuck am I doing?
She belongs to the streets.
That's what this nigga said. A version of this.
She belongs to the streets.
She's a Postmates. Jesus Christ, chat. Jesus Christ.
Well, she wants
Yeah,
that.
But
She's
no.
running out of her
But
celibacy.
listen to what I'm saying to you. Date them all, but keep your vagina to yourself, because the one that's just playing with you, he's not gonna last. He's gonna show, because he's gonna move you on to the next one.
Okay.
Because you're pretty, so a lot of men just try to get you to sleep with you.
So how long do I have to do that before I can actually get, you know, just...
Because clearly she wants some physical attention.
Now, what if you would be like,
All right, now. I know I'm not supposed to be one of these relationship leaders on these podcast space that I cook for being dusty and being finessers, but go outside. My advice: go get off a podcast. Get out of the entertainment world. Get your ass off a motherfucking podcast and go outside. Get a social circle. Go outside. Go out. Go do some things. Meet people. Interact. This whole internet shit's gonna leave you just dusty and just aggy talking about you need physical attention. Like, what are we doing out here?
Like, you want to sleep with me? $50,000.
Facts.
Cause that.
Facts. Want to sleep with me? $50,000. Facts.
No, just because clearly she wants some physical attention.
Now, what if you would be like, you want to sleep with me? $50,000.
Facts.
Because that's advice you would give, right?
Hey, no, yo, listen.
Wow. What would that conversation look like? Like, what would that conversation look like? Like, he asked you to dinner, and then what?
It's funny. It's funny. No, because I tell my sisters this. If a dude wants to date you, 50,000.
Uh-huh.
That's all, folks.
You tell your sisters that, my nigga? What the fuck are we doing out here?
What the hell was that?
What the 50,000? Did I hear that right? Did I hear that right, chat?
Like, what would that conversation look like? Like, he asked you to dinner, and then what?
It's funny. It's funny. No, because I tell my sisters this. If a dude wants to date you, 50,000.
Yeah.
This comes from the same man who said all his friends paid for their wives. All his friends paid for their wives. Now he said if his sister wants to date men, 50,000. What the fuck is going on out here, sir? 50,000?
We cash, ya. 2 horas y cash y let's go, Joe. No más. Cash.
You'll get your stuff, no problem.
Me cash.
Shout out to Stay Gold Radio, brother Jumbie with the $5 super chat.
I'm getting rich.
Brother Jumbie said, waited 1 year to be a mattress monster. A baby, a Pokemon Go. Jesus Christ. Where are these niggas' parents? Hey, yo, man. Hey, yo. A lot of these folks are being raised by the internet and they need advice from these folks. This makes no sense to me. This is bad.
Bitch, who raised you?
This is bad.
50,000 off
like
top.
in cash or?
No, if they can't afford a payment plan, 50,000.
Okay.
And if they don't have it, you're dating in the wrong pool.
Last time I checked, dating was free, sir. Dating was free. Let's pull up this article in this professional voice. Dating was free, but prostitution is where you have to spend the money.
Was 0 down, no credit. Yeah.
Now let me make sure that this is perplexing chat. I'm just trying to make sure all my facilities are in order because this is perplexing chat. All right, what is this?
What would that conversation look like? Like, he asked you to dinner, and then what?
It's funny. No, because I tell my sisters this. If a dude wants to date you, 50,000. 50,000 off
like
top.
in cash or?
No, if they can't afford a payment plan, 50,000.
Okay.
And if they don't have it, you're dating in the wrong pool.
So let's run.
Hide the money, y'all. There's poor people around. With your broke ass.
A scenario, right?
Let's get it.
Let's say I'm at a bar.
Okay.
A man approaches me
Right.
and he's like, I'd like to take you out to dinner. What am I? I'm just like, okay, that's 50,000.
Of course.
Just like
50,000.
that.
See, I don't know if this is gonna work.
Listen. In America, women been programmed a certain way. In these other countries, it's the norm.
Okay.
It's normal. Here, and then it's crazy because you have men that's willing to take care of you off.
So you got to go to like Sweden or the Netherlands.
Where am I going? I was
You
just
got to go
in
to
Europe and I
Europe
didn't find-
somewhere.
But I also
Damn.
feel like men are terrified of being used also.
You know who's
Because-
terrified of being used? The ones that ain't got it.
There we go.
But I'm
That's
not,
the ones that's always saying
If
you
a man,
the money that they ain't got.
if a man can go to a strip club and blow 10 to 20,000 in a few hours, and you about to sleep with them, cook for them.
Who are these niggas?
But listen, if a man can go to a strip club and blow 10 to 20,000 in a few hours, and you about to sleep with him, cook for him, iron his clothes, maybe clean his house, that's not worthy of you getting paid.
But most guys I know aren't going to spend $10,000 and $20,000 in a strip club. And if he is, I don't know that I want to be with somebody because I would be like, "What are you doing?" I know, Gigi. I mean, I've been there. Nice that that's happened. I've been there, and it's happened. But like, if I'm dating a guy and he spends $20,000 in the strip club, I don't think I want that either. Like, I feel like that's not financial. $5,000, okay. Sorry, Gigi. I'm just being honest.
Listen. I'm 13 years removed from the game, so I don't.
I don't want to hate on the strippers,
bro. 20,000 in the strip club on a regular night.
Who are you, Snoop Dogg in a green room? I mean, what the hell is going on?
And hate on y'all game, but I'm just saying that I feel like for me, that's not like fiscally responsible. That's like.
But what is it? My thing is,
marketing.
What's your value?
When does crack? Now, so the cocaine's happening. When does that crack come into play?
This motherfucker really thinks he really thinks that there's dudes out there that are like Zion Williamson, James Harden, out here spending thousands of dollars on bitches, thousands of dollars on strippers, thousands of dollars of these BBL bandits. What are we doing out here? That's not the norm, my nigga. That's not what's going on out here. That's not a thing. Oh, there's 20,000 in the strip club, spend 50,000 on a date. Bro, what the fuck? This is advice for the normal people? For the average everyday woman? A regular woman? What are we doing out here, bruh?
What is your value? A heartache and some dingling? Like, what's the value?
No, I think I have a hard time because I feel like my standards are almost too high.
What's your
No, your standards should never be too high.
I just don't know where to find them. That's my thing. Like, where are they at? Because
Okay,
I
but-
can activate all of this. I just need to be in the right place.
Right.
Where are y'all at?
You need to
where
go.
Are y'all at?
You need to go where the grown men play at. The grown men are playing in places that these average men don't be at.
So
The
is that like a
vacation-
hotel bar? Like,
No.
what's that?
No.
Like, where are they at?
Men with money they're not in places where the average guy is at.
So F1
now
prefix.
No. Now you need to travel. You got a passport?
How do you do that? How do you do that? What the hell is going on?
The man said passport sis. He said join passport sis. You got a passport? What the fuck?
That's what you call winning. A nigga's nuts in your face. Man, I hate to see what you call losing.
Where are you going for these $50,000 dates? You going to Dubai? You sending these women to get pissed on, bruh? Is that what we doing out here?
Sometimes it may be good, sometimes it may be shit.
This is so bad. This is egregiously bad. Bro, yo, Anton knew he had this in his back pocket, and he's like, yo, people are gonna go to the Angela Yee shit and see this motherfucker, and then everyone's gonna spam W's for Anton after this, because this is so bad. The shit that Anton was saying was a 2-pack of ass as well.
I'm here to double down. That shit is a 2-pack of ass. The fuck are you talking about? That shit stinks.
But it was not as deranged and as pandering as the rhetoric that we're hearing here. This is filthy work. This is filthy work.
Yeah. Of course.
So we got
So we got to
start.
You ain't find nobody there, girl.
One. I look at the yachts. I'm like, what is going on? This is the place to be. No, not a one.
You know what's funny? Whenever I tell people to go outside, get a social life, get a social circle, meet people, they always come back in a month or two and be like, nigga, you full of shit, blah, blah, blah. It ain't working. I'm like, bro, what you want? Guaranteed results out here? You still got to work on yourself. You still got to, nothing is guaranteed out in this dating world. That's the thing about people and dating. They have this entitled feeling. Oh, I see myself as so great, then everybody else should receive me as that. And it's like, survey said, it's not going that way. The market dictates the value. And a lot of people don't have the success that they want. And it's like, hey, keep looking, get out there. Nothing is guaranteed. You might not find anything. You might get to the end alone.
God damn.
That's existence for people. Life ain't fair.
Man, listen. I'm gonna tell you some things, right? And this is between us, right? All right. This is
And
just
everybody
between,
listening.
Right. This stays in this room.
Right, just in this room, right? In these cameras, right? If you truly want a man to provide your every need, and I'm not just talking about financially, I'm talking about mentally, physically, spiritually, love, everything that comes with you, you have to know your value. Because a man will treat you as you come.
Yes.
So if you're saying, oh, I don't have to do nothing for you and I can knock you down every night, that's exactly what I'm going to do. Know your value, because a man will treat you as you come.
Yeah.
So
Know your value. A man will treat you as you come.
if you're saying, oh, I don't have to do nothing for you and I can knock you down.
So if I don't have to do nothing for you and I can knock you down, you're looking at it at the wrong angle. If I don't have to do nothing for you and I can knock you down, because he's talking about monetarily. So if you have to pay her $50,000 and you can get that pussy, you're telling these women to do nothing for these men. Nothing for these men. You're talking about value for the women. They're not showing any of the value because you're saying to her to date 3 of them at the same time and don't really offer them nothing. Don't cook for them. Don't clean for them. Don't give them girlfriend and wifely duties. And you expect this woman to get kept around? No, she's going to be she is going to be at the nearest possible convenience for them. That's what it's going to be. It's not like, come on, man. Your words are shitting in the face of your own words.
Of everything that comes with you, you have to know your value, because a man will treat you as you come.
Yeah.
So
if you're giving him absolutely nothing to work with and you're dating around multiple women, multiple dudes, if this woman's dating around with multiple dudes, giving a man nothing to work with, no type of girlfriend, no type of energy like that, you're basically telling her that she's gonna be booty cheeks. But you're telling her to be this is the worst advice ever. The worst advice.
if you're saying, oh, I don't have to do nothing for you and I can knock you down every night, that's exactly what I'm going to do. And then I'm gonna get the chick that's playing hard to get, that's giving me a hard time and expecting all this. I'm wifing her, but I'm just knocking you down. I'm having fun with you. So if you really want a man to really change your world, you have to know what you deserve and don't settle for nothing else.
So no 3 hoes.
It's giving know your worth
Date
and
them
add taxes.
Date them all.
Shipping and
And may the
handling
fair one
processing
win.
fees.
Because some
I like
people
that.
would say if you said 50,000, that's like prostitution. You know, I'm just
business,
telling you. I
never
just know what
personal.
people who are
there we
watching
go.
this.
Didn't Anton say that Angela Yee said 50,000? That's like prostitution? Anton said that Angela Yee said that, and he sat up there and lied to everybody and said, no, she didn't say that.
Survey said.
She said that shit. She said that.
I'm gonna say,
But listen to it. A man will get you, will have sex with you. Sometimes the sex is horrible. We're mentally abusive. We don't know how to take care of you emotionally. We have no spiritual connection, so we can't elevate you. Most of the time they're stupid, so we can't feed your brain. What are you worth? And you just gave me 6 months of your life, a year of your life, 3 years of your life. You can't even get that back. And all you got, what, is heartache?
wait, did you used to be that guy? Before you.
Whoa, hold up. The way she asked that question, and she's like, it's like, nigga, you guilty. You guilty right there.
Of your life, 3 years of your life. You can't even get that back. And all you got, what, is heartache?
Wait, did you used to be that guy? Before you. You know what they say? If you can, you can hear. If you can, you can hear. Okay.
Come again?
And when y'all
I've seen him do it.
That was so bad. That was so bad. He put the woman automatically in the victim role.
6 months of your life, a year of your life, spiritual connection, so we can't get
My bad,
you,
Chad.
will have sex with you. Sometimes the sex is horrible.
The man will get you, have sex with you. Sometimes the sex is horrible. That's what he's saying, right?
We're mentally abusive.
We're mentally abusive. Who's all this we shit? Who's all this we shit, my nigga?
We don't know how to take care of you emotionally.
We don't know how to take care of you emotionally. Understand the rhetoric. This is where the pandering comes, because all the women that dealt with a dusty ass nigga like that he's kind of he's describing, it's gonna resonate with them. oh, we're this way. It's like, bro, stop this pandering shit where you're putting men in this villainous role where they're abusive, they're slinging weak peen, and the girls are staying around for some reason complaining. I don't understand what's going on. Like,
we have no spiritual connection, so we can't elevate you. Most of the time, they're stupid, so we can't.
Most of the times, they're stupid. Who's most and who are they?
Feed your brain. What are you worth? And you just gave me 6 months of your life.
And he said gave me. That was like a Freudian slip.
A year of your life. 3 years of your life. You can't even get that back.
Right.
And all you got, what, is heartache?
Wait, did you used to be that guy? Before you... You know what they say? If you can hide, you can hear. If you can you can hear. Okay. Exactly. Come again?
And when
usually when you see motherfuckers like that, they're Derek Jackson 2.0. Derek Jackson 2.0. That's what it is. It's like you're selling bullshit. You're pandering to women. You damn well know you were a slime bag in your like, come on, man. Like, what are we doing out here? It's filthy work.
Y'all go and replay this because this is recorded. Y'all gonna be able to go back and look at it.
Please play it
And
now.
when everybody review this video.
Hey, CJ, OJ, stop trying to solicit some attention, man. This is what a woman said. This is what, you know what? I'm going to leave this alone because somebody wants their cheeks clapped. It's like when you say stuff like that, it's like, what are we doing? What are we doing? It's like you're jumping out here for that type of attention.
You're a victim. There we go, CSI.
I'm on to you, CJ, OJ. Trying to disrespect me like that. Like, what are we doing out here? What are we doing out here?
When y'all review this video, when you compare it and contrast, right? Then you tell me who's actually telling the truth. Because again, I don't have to make it up. It's all.
Nah. What do you mean? What did you do? Now you're playing oblivious. We were describing. You know what? We know the person that he was describing. You know the person he was describing. And then when you arbitrarily throw my name out there in association to weak peen, it's like you're trying to find out. That's what it seems like to me. It seems like you trying to find out.
You're a victim. There we go, CSI.
Right there, he can try to save face
Remix,
right here if he wants to.
remix.
But the fact of the matter is, I don't switch up ever. What I say, I mean, and I stand on it as a man. That's what men do. Men stand on what they say. Now, it's okay for you to say, you know what, I got it wrong, and I was pandering to Angela Yee and lip service over to them women because I wanted to be liked instead of telling the truth. But the thing.
Yep, that's exactly what happened. The same way you stood on the shit you said when you were pandering to Pearl and the alt-right audience, when you were standing up to Pearl while she was disrespecting a whole heap of black folks. You were there. You were there interrogating Sarwar Garvey like he was the villain. You were there, bruh. You did that. You say you're a man and you stand on your words. Well, that past is gonna haunt you everywhere.
The thing about real ones, the thing about the people that really believe in God is that they tell the truth in season and out of season. They don't switch up. They don't change according to who they in front of at the time. They're not trying to be popularized. They're not trying to fit in with the in crowd. No, look at me in my eyes. Don't switch up. Yes, you see me. You was looking at me.
Listen, I know. I'm trying to
look
find
at me
it right
in my
now.
eyes. Look at me, King.
Peace, bro. You okay,
look at me,
brother?
King.
You okay?
Stick together. Pause. He knows he can have it. Pause. You see what I do when I got the rock. Pause.
Let me just put this in real quick.
This is Daniel, by the way.
Hey, brother.
I don't switch up ever. Brother. I mean what I say, and it's okay.
Right.
To change your mind.
Right.
And I told you, I'm gonna speak to your soul today.
Right.
I prayed for you on the way here.
Right.
For God to prick your heart so that you stop pandering because you're gonna have to be accountable for every single word that you say.
And I love you saying that. I love you doing that.
Listen,
I love that you just said that.
Listen.
Let's go.
Devils get mad when they start to get bothered. Give me a second.
Go ahead,
I prayed
brother.
for you. I genuinely did. Because you got to be accountable for every single word that you say on this earth. And I don't want you to pander because you're leading people astray. You leading people and you presenting yourself a certain way, but I don't want to call you a false prophet. I just want to say that you need better understanding. you're not ready to have conversations with people on how it is that they're supposed to be operating in a relationship. I'm not even sure that based off of what you saying today that you're a reflection of what you advocating for.
Ooh. I was about to say ain't that hypocritical, but now this nigga took a neck shot. He said you a fraud, my nigga. Translation, you a fraud. I'm not even sure that you are a representation of the things that you're advocating for. He said you a fraud. But let's go back to this part real quick.
Conversations with people on how it is that they're supposed to be operating in a relationship.
No, you can't be that. That's hypocritical. That's hypocritical.
We got to go back to that part. Because what part of the game is that? You, sir, said you don't believe in dating in 2024 and you were trying to lead people into happy and successful relationships. You still have not provided the conduit, that gray area, that how you see her as your wife instantly to how the hell you make her your wife. No dating involved. What are you doing? Where's the practicality in any of this? Can we walk through it? How does this go? I'm perplexed. I still don't understand.
I'm not even sure that based off of what you saying today that you're a reflection of what you advocating for.
What do you mean by that, brother?
Based off of what you saying, you switching up your words depending on who the audience is.
What words I switch up?
You said that you didn't believe in dating.
Right.
Yo, honestly, this is the funniest shit I've seen all day. It's called kidnapping. I'm like, literally, that's the... Yo, that's literally the only way it happens. Oh, you see your wife, you know her. How does it go from one? It doesn't make sense. This is crazy.
Then you told that woman to date them all.
Brother,
word for word.
Brother, can we please play the clip? Because I also said I do not believe in dating.
Nah, honestly, I can't even find the clip,
I want to,
man.
but I cannot find
I really want to as well.
Yeah, somebody drop that clip in the chat. Yeah, somebody drop that clip in the chat.
Somebody go ahead. We gonna let the people help us out on that.
Yeah, and that's Yada on Angela Yee. Yeah. And at some point, the words were on lip service. Yes. At some point, the words were said, "Date them all." So we're just trying to find that clip and what specifically was stated.
And also on my IG, I say date them all.
So you know,
so why would you say that though?
So listen again.
But
listen again. Can I
go ahead? Let's get it.
Can I get this, brother? We have women that have sacrificed so much of their bodies and their minds because they didn't have the proper leadership within the home. And we have to deal with a divine understanding. When I look this way and I'm speaking to the brothers, it's because sometimes when I look into your soul, I see some things that ain't right, bro. Listen to me, brother, because you talking about God. Listen to me, please. A man that's unable to show and prove himself to a woman shouldn't have that woman. This is the laws of nature. Even animals, when it comes to alphas, they'll fight physically to show who deserving of this woman. And that woman goes, or that female species goes with that animal. I'm saying the same thing.
Chat, why am I very annoyed right now? Why am I very annoyed with this analogy? Because we are not animals in the wild. We are not these wild beasts. We are not... There's animal species like hippos. When a hippo is mating with a new woman, what they would do is they would kill and eat the babies that she had before. If a hippo sees another hippo with a woman that he wants, he'll take out the father of that family, kill the babies, and then start mating with that hippo. They're talking about, oh, they're aggressive and they compete. They're animals. It's different. We're civilized human beings. Do not compare us to animals. We're not out here killing other motherfuckers to get a woman. Like that's not what we're doing out here. That's not the type of competition that exists out here. And a lot of folks are with people that they think they don't deserve, but they're with them anyway. There's something called self-agency and self-accountability. People want to shame people for their decisions in relationships, and it's just life. You meet people, some people aren't good for you, you move the fuck on. They want to shame. You know what? Let me get to that point where I can react to it, so I'm not just going off on a tangent. Let's get back into this chat.
Ladies, if this man is unable to provide your every need mentally, physically, spiritually, and financially, he's not deserving of you. to provide your every need mentally, physically, spiritually, and financially, he's not deserving of you.
Now, shout out to Murph, the rebel, in the chat. Now, this is not a super chat, but I have to stop the show to read this and address this because this is the perfect timed comment when it comes to you. Shout out to you, man. Once again, shout out to you. This guy's talking like he's speaking to a child. Shake my head. And then when we hear that passage right there, that is literally the advice you give to somebody when they're having children. If you're thinking about having children, you should be able to provide for them in said way. You're acting like a woman, a grown-ass woman in 2024 is a dependent. This is for the average. This is for the masses. This is not millionaire, billionaire club. This is for the average, everyday independent. They're talking about should men be paying 100% of the bills? I'm like, idealistically, a lot of men would like to do that, but realistically, that's not where the society's lined up. Cost of living, inflation, average wages. We don't have time as men for the majority to be paying 100% of the bills and providing for a woman as if she's a child. That is not reality in 2024. That is not practical dating. Nah, we in line, world class. We are 100% in agreement with this one. Anton is right when it comes to debate on this one. I'm still going to shred apart his talking points. Still going to hate a little bit. But nonetheless, he's right on this. This guy is completely pandering. He's full of shit. Full of shit, man. He's leading folks astray. He's a part of the problem. People like him, when they try to group folks like him in with folks like me and other folks that speak out for women at times, he does our rhetoric a disservice because this is too far. This is complete pandering.
And if you hear me say date them all, which I did say, you hear me not denying it. Because she's already... Man, this brother here, I said date them all because if a man can't show and prove to you, you don't need him. And I believe that wholeheartedly. And I believe that this would save so many women from having dusty bums in their life that they don't need, nor do they deserve that woman. So any man listening, if you truly want that woman, show and prove to her and yourself that you're deserving of that woman. The woman is the greatest gift given to man by God.
No, it's not.
Wait. I don't agree with anything this motherfucker says except the last part. And then he says, no, it's not. Wait, bro, what is going on? What do you mean a woman is not the greatest gift?
No, this nigga gay as hell.
What are we doing out here?
Of that woman. The woman is the greatest gift given to man by God.
No, it's not. And let me correct him. Okay? Never
okay,
show.
Okay, hold on. What do you disagree with?
I'm about to explain it to you.
Okay, go ahead.
Never have to show and prove yourself to a woman, ever. Ever. Never make a woman your God, because that's what you just told him to do.
What? Yo, Anton, do not blow a 3-1 lead right now. Do not blow a 3-1 lead right now. What? Is that what you interpret? Is that what he said? Am I deaf?
Okay, go ahead.
Never have to show and prove yourself to a woman, ever.
He said that part.
Ever. Never make a woman your God, because
never make a woman your God. Did he say woman would be? I missed that part. I didn't hear that part.
That's what you just told him to do. Show and prove yourself to God. That's the only person that you have to answer to. And the thing that he sent as greater than any.
Oh, he's saying by having to show and prove yourself to a woman, you're equating her to God. So, everybody, get your participation trophies. Get outside and go get yourself a woman. Everybody grab your participation trophy and say, hey, I'm man. I'm showing up, bro. I'm showing up. I'm not showing and proving shit. I'm here. I have arrived, my nigga. Go say that to every woman and you'll qualify. No dating involved either. Anton's no dating. No showing and proving. Just you arrived. You know your wife. That's her. As CJ OJ said, kidnapping.
I've seen him do it.
At this point, I don't get it, bruh. Can you cleanly outline how this? I just don't get it. I don't get it.
A woman is the comforter. And the Holy Spirit will guide you, and it will show you your wife, and you don't have to prove yourself to her. The only thing you have to do is be exactly what God ordained you to be, and that's to serve your purpose, and she will follow you, and she will 100% submit herself to you. And on top of that,
okay, speak in practical terms, my nigga. Speak in practical terms. So pretty much what he's saying. So what Anton is saying is, don't dive out the window doing the most, simping the most, trying to impress these women $50,000 just to be qualified for you. Go out there and be yourself. Align with whatever you're doing. Be yourself, and you'll find somebody that's for you. I'm pretty sure throughout the biblical rubbish that he's spewing and the whatever the fuck he's doing, I think that's the message he's trying to convey. Am I right, chat? Am I right? Am I wrong? Am I right, chat?
She will be the helpmeet that God ordained her to be. Never, ever prove yourself to a woman. Only prove yourself to God. And the greatest gift was the comforter. That's what the greatest
When
gift
a man
was.
steps into his divine nature given to him by God, it's a protector, provider, leader, teacher. He walks in the divine attributes of God. This is not me saying, oh, show and prove this. Well, no, show and prove who you are by how you move.
That's not what you said.
No, listen to me, brother. If God has put the man as the head, man, be the head. What is the head? A leader, a teacher, a guide, and a protector. You said God, man, woman. The man should be the roof. The man should be the roof to that woman. He should make sure she's secure. He should make sure she's safe. He should make sure that she's stable. And if he can't do that, he's not moving in the characteristics of God and does not deserve that woman. That's why so many men that run behind these weak men teaching, saying, I'm the prize. I don't have to show myself. Show yourself worthy.
Big Ack is here now.
Because if you are truly a man of God, I will be able to tell by the fruit you bear, and your fruit should be leading, teaching, guiding, protecting, loving on each and every level.
Listen, you could hold on, fellas. He could say
now that wasn't one of my drops. That wasn't one of my drops. That was from their show.
He can say that as much as he wants to, over and over again. But you notice how one thing that he never mentioned was character?
Brother.
No,
I love.
Why are you always trying to interrupt me when I start to talk?
I love that.
Now the big act was from my show. The I am delivered part. The I am delivered was from their show. That was them.
Again, but you notice how one thing that he never mentioned was character?
Brother.
No,
I love.
Why are you always trying to interrupt me when I start to talk?
I love that because
I'm gonna let him have it.
I did.
You didn't. You did.
When a man moves out of the attributes of God, that is his character.
No,
the attributes is the character, my brother. Can we do some? He can't read. Can we give him some dictionary words real quick?
So now we throwing ad hominem attack. This is what happens when they're no longer able to have an intelligent conversation.
You did this
You're a victim.
Here we go, CSI.
Last time he called me a simp. You didn't know the word of a simp.
Give me a second.
Come on, bro.
This is what happens when you're unable to have an intelligent conversation is that you start throwing ad hominem attacks.
No, you can't be that. That's hypocritical. That's hypocritical.
Bro, you guys both did that shit. You guys both threw the ad hominem attacks. At some point in this footage, I think I re-chopped this to put that first part in the end. Pause. He called him a simp. He moved on. He didn't feel anything of it because he damn well knew it was true. But he called him a simp. So then he said he can't read. So it's like you guys trying to be victims, bro. You guys both did the ad hominem attacks, and y'all want to just call it out and be Kevin Samuels. No disrespect to Kevin Samuels, R.I.P. But he's the one that put that out there, and everybody copied that shit from him. He put a lot of things out there, and folks just ran with it like it was true. High value men existed from the whatever the fuck time he said it existed. I'm like, this is a new common thing. No one was talking about high value men back then. That wasn't a thing. But you know what? Let's get. It's not into. This is not a diss Kevin Samuels thing. R.I.P. R.I.P. You just see a lot of people run with his shit, twist it up, dust it up, and then, yeah, man. Present it to us, but let's get it.
Right? But here's the beautiful thing about it.
I'm here.
Let me give women a real insight. Look for the God in him. And that's beyond what he's describing.
So how do they do that? How do they do that?
Give me a second.
How do they do that?
That's cute.
You need to get some more. You need to get some more water, Yada.
He
don't need it. I told you. What did I tell you to get him before the start?
There we go. We got backups.
What did I tell you to get him before we started that he was gonna need?
You told me I had a jug of water.
But the thing about it is that sometimes these people can't even see the attributes because they haven't fully developed themselves to be what they're supposed to be in God. You gotta fix yourself before you get into a relationship.
Now, this is the internet fuckery, chat. This is the internet fuckery. Anton will always say dumb shit like this to downplay his level of intelligence, his business acumen, his drive, his hard work. He'll downplay it so he can sell the dream to other folks like they can do it. A lot of folks, barely any folks out here is working as hard as Anton. Barely anybody has set up the business infrastructure like Anton did so he's able to work as hard as... They're not doing the things that Anton does. Anton is... He's a finesser when it comes to this. He knows how to make money. He's a businessman, but he knows how to lie to folks and just bullshit folks. He knows how to play the game.
Hold on, what?
Let me finish.
You just disagreed when I said that.
I'm speaking to the women. You were speaking to men. I'll speak to people.
So the women should be together before they get with a man, but not a man.
Listen. You're not listening. You listening to respond instead of listening to understand.
Come on now, brother.
Everybody needs to get themselves together before they find themselves looking for or opening themselves up to the possibility of dating. Because
this is the thing, chat. This is the thing. People will come to me to hear some negative shit about Anton because they think I'm biased, but most times I'm just reporting the guy. I'm just reporting what the hell I see. I'm just speaking it as I see it. Anton, as I seen it, he acted as if he was a millionaire far before he got to millionaire status. It helped the finesse. It helped people buy into everything. At this point, it's pretty much undeniable that he's a millionaire. I'm not gonna sit here and I'm sorry, chat. At this point in 2024, closing in on 2025, all the businesses that he set up, his net worth, unless he has massive debt that is not just out there for the public to see, where he's actually running in the red. At this point, he's a millionaire. I'm not gonna take that away from him. Still a coon sellout, but it is what it is, man.
everybody not ready to date just because they want a man.
Should they date or should they not date? You talking about me, Twist?
Okay, see, this is what it is. You said millionaire, nah, liquid. It's not about liquid. I don't know that he has $1 million liquid. I know his net worth is definitely over $1 million. 100% his net worth is over $1 million. I'd bet on that. Liquid, I don't know what people got in their bank accounts.
Words up before they start looking for the opportunity to date. A lot of times women don't even know what's best for themselves. So just because you want to do something shouldn't be because that's not what you're supposed to do. That's why she needs the guidance and the covering of her father. That's another man that's in her life.
I agree.
So I'm not telling them to date. I said before they look to find themselves in a situation where they want to date or get into a relationship. You can look to have sex with somebody, but it doesn't mean that you should do it.
All right, chat. I'm paying more attention to the chat now than the actual content. I have not heard anything they've said because I've been reading the chat. How much you willing to bet, my nigga? How much you willing to bet? It ain't gonna go the way you think it's gonna go, sir.
You're a victim. Here we go, CSI.
We getting that. Wait, what? You have 250 on that? I have 250 that says no. All right, man, I'm getting paid.
Nigga money high. Nigga money high.
I'm getting rich. All right, man. 250. 250. All right, so we're gonna have to prove. Wait, this is filthy work. I'm gonna have to prove Anton's a millionaire. Hey, yo, this content is taking the wrong direction, bruh. I ain't trying to do that. Where's pocket watching with JT? Could that nigga substantiate it and get me $250 richer? Can we do that out here?
You understand what I'm saying? So that's why you got to listen to understand instead of listening to respond. My point is that there's equal amount of work that needs to be done on both parts, not just to men. Women, if you think that there's a man that's going to come into your life to fix you, that's a problem.
I agree with that. There's no man that's going to come in your life that's going to fix you. And the problem that I have with this guy's rhetoric that made it so easy for Anton to win this debate is he always deals from this place of damage and trauma and men coming to save these damaged women with trauma that these men have to pay for. It's just like, wait, what's going on? What are the men getting out of the deal? It's very weird. The rhetoric that he has is very slanted and very pandering. It's bad. It's bad when you're losing a debate to Anton, who comes with some terrible points, some biblical scriptures that are out of order. And I'm surprised because Anton, he knows the Bible. And I seen this debate. I'm like, bro, what are you doing? You're butchering shit. You're fucking it up, bruh. Did I get a super chat that I didn't read? Oh, no, I read that one. Hold up, chat. We got an update on that bet. Hold up. We waiting? And it's LTTV. It's not LL. It's not LL. It is LTTV. All right, chat? LTTV, not LL.
Learn the rules.
Hold up, chat. Not guaranteed unless facts, no Umar documents. Bro, we can't do this bet then. How am I going to guarantee that this is going to be difficult? This is going to be difficult. And you're going to have to guarantee no Umar documents that he's not a millionaire. That's going to be very hard to figure out. How are we going to do this?
That is a problem. Then that absolves you from actually taking ownership and responsibility for who you are, because you have a soul too. And you also gonna have to answer to the things that you did on this earth, including the people that you hurt, the children that you have out of wedlock, and they don't wanna have that conversation with you because they look at you as a monetary gain. They look at you as a consumer. They look at you as a fan. I'm not looking at you as a fan. I'm looking to save your soul. I'm looking to tell you that you need to do the work and submit yourself to God before you can submit yourself to somebody else. You need to be a follower. You need to be a straight up follower of the word of God and get in your Bible and understand exactly what to look for, especially if you ain't got that covering, because the only person that can reveal it to you is God.
All praises due.
So check it out, y'all.
It's getting heated.
We got for everybody
heated.
coming into the room right now. You're hearing the passion. I had to drop the AC earlier. Thank God I did. It's still hot, even though I dropped it. Anton Daniels came in straight down from the D1 day trip to come here and speak to Yada Awakening about these very important conversations. And the crazy thing is, I'm looking at the chat. Even the chat is absolutely divided. I'm going to start this one here with you, Yada, because we popped off with Anton last time. Should men be open to dating women with children?
He know better. He know this about to go so bad.
No. Can I be truthful?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Can I be truthful, please, brother?
This round you can't be there. Last round it was a little rough for you.
Okay. I don't believe, personally, that we should put our women in boxes. If a woman has a child or doesn't have a child, a good woman is a good woman. My wife had a child prior to me. And I love this child loves me, but the child also knows that I'm not her father, but I play a role as a father figure.
Sorry, chat.
I'm getting rich.
Shout out to Torrance Ingram with the 31-month chat pass loyalty. Shout out to Torrance Ingram. W's in the chat for Torrance Ingram. Long-time member. Let's get it. Okay, so now we're... Now this one, Yada Awakening, you can't butcher this one, bro. You can't butcher this one. You are a panderer, and you have been ruining all the goddamn talking points. You can't ruin this one. The way the red pill and the way these folks target women with children, this is a softball. You should be able to win this debate. Anton is clearly winning right now, and this is sad. This is sad work out here. You got to come back, bruh.
In her life. She's probably watching right now. And if you're watching right now, baby girl, I love you and I'm thankful. But I play a role.
My bad, chat. My bad, chat.
I love this child. This child loves me.
Who is the child?
But the child also knows that I'm not her father.
Oh, okay.
But I play a role as a father figure in her life. She's probably watching right now. And if you're watching right now, baby girl, I love you and I'm thankful for you. When a man is able to lead, guide, and protect, when a man's able to walk with the attributes of the Most High God, it doesn't matter if the woman is single or not, because if a man can lead, he can lead. It doesn't matter if the woman has 3 children, 2 children, 1 child, no child. If the man can lead, he can lead. I believe, my opinion in my heart, that when a man is truly invested into God and into bettering himself, God's going to send him an aid, regardless if the aid has a child or no child.
I'm getting rich.
Shout out to A-Lady747 with the $2 super chat. A-Lady747 says, most Anton Daniels followers can't lead themselves or a woman. Shout out to A-Lady747. That's facts. That's facts. That's why they're paying to be bag chasers, paying for the Patreon to get his leadership and get his advice and his information how to lead and become men. That's the problem with this internet shit. I'd rather just shame the niggas. I'd rather call them out for being dweebs on the internet, for not understanding things that you should be out there in life learning socially. I'd rather just call them out and shame them than trying to finesse them and lead them astray, because they're not going to get the results doing what I do. A lot of this shit, I'm going to make these men. It's like, I can't fix your damage through an internet screen and my message, espousing rhetoric every day, getting you to pay for my fucking program. That's going to fix your damage? No. So I'd rather just shame you, call you guys a bunch of bitch ass niggas that can't get it together, and go the fuck outside. Because I ain't doing that. I'm not going to run an angry man program where I'm teaching men masculinity. Grown ass men masculinity from another man.
God damn.
The fuck is going on out here? So nah, man. Nah.
I don't think we should keep telling women, oh, your value is lowered because you have children. That makes no sense. Now, brothers, I believe that if you're unable to even deal with your own personal emotions, I think you should stay alone and by yourself, or get with a woman that has nothing else going on. Y'all can probably grow together. But when you're coming into a woman's life that has a child, you have to be able to lead. You have to be able to father. You have to be able to teach. And you have to be able to love unconditionally, because I love my wife's child as if she's my own flesh and blood. So I don't believe, personally, that we should put a woman in the box because a man might overlook a divine asset sent to him by God just because she has a child. I don't agree to that. And that's like me telling a woman, overlook this man because he has children. No, I believe an asset is an asset. A woman that has a child isn't a liability. And if she's coming into your life to help you maneuver into becoming your greatest version, because a woman can't help a man become greater emotionally and mentally, she adds on to the man. And if the child is there, this man, especially if he just greatest version, because a woman can't help a man become greater emotionally and mentally, she adds on to the man. And if the child is there, this man, especially if he doesn't have children, he can learn how to father through this. So ladies, please hear me. Your value is not dropped because you have children. Men, please hear me. Your value is not dropped because you have children. Some of you, or some of us, me included, weren't taught how to properly wait until marriage to have children. So I'm speaking to the brothers that's trying to figure it out by themselves. I'm speaking to the women that's trying to figure out by themselves. Love yourself. And never lower your value, regardless if you had children or not. Excuse me.
There you have it. We 100% disagree on this one.
Okay.
The previous two, we had some overlap and we had some agreements. This one we don't. I like to get to the core root of the problem. And I think that.
Let me just tell y'all before we get into Anton's shit, before we get into Anton's perspective, I can't stand the way this motherfucker represents every point that he's supposed to be debating against Anton. I can't stand it. He does more damage to the points than positive. It's like he's literally shitting in the face of objective reality. That's what he's doing. He's butchering all these guys. It's so egregious. It's so egregious. I'm going to let Anton speak, and then I'm going to do a full breakdown on why the hell this guy's point so bad, and then we'll speak on whatever Anton has to say here.
What we do as a culture and as a society is we enable bad behavior by saying that it's okay. And it's not. It's not. The person that you have children with, the person that you have sex with, that's your husband, that's your wife.
Survey said.
All right. Now I'm happy again. This nigga made it easy. What the fuck we talking about, nigga? What the fuck are we talking about, nigga? What the fuck are we talking about? Hey, yo.
Behavior by saying that it's okay. And it's not. It's not. The person that you have children with, the person that you have sex with, that's your husband, that's your wife.
Again!
Nope.
Learn the rules!
Before any of these Western modern laws that then incentivize people to get married, the person that you opened up your legs to was your husband.
Null and void, sir. Null and void. You know why it's null and void? Because you said before modern, before these rules, before. We're not in the past, bruh. It's 2024. It's 2024. You can't have these people signed up for a life of misery. Sometimes people procreate with the wrong person. They're not stuck with that person for life, especially when we start putting in the ripples of abuse. People talk about, oh, that's extreme. Well, that's exactly why people want to get the fuck out of relationships, because it could be extreme. You can't subject somebody to somebody, oh, you had a child with them, now you have to be married to them forever. That's not the way the world works. If that was the way the world works, then Nick Cannon will be subjected to a polygamous relationship where he has to marry all 14 of his baby mother, all 14 of them, because he has multiple. How is that? Like this, that ideology is yesteryear. That's just shit of the past. We're not out here trying to be like, okay, like his point, like Yada Awakening's point. His point was dog shit. Talking about people don't lose value and you are what you are and they value yourself and love yourself. Bro, shut the fuck up. That is horseshit. You're not gonna have two motherfucking infants, freshly born newborn babies, talking about I'm getting out there on the market and I'm gonna be as perceived as valuable as a woman that doesn't have newborn babies or older children. Because there's nuance here. People always wanna be so lazy when they talk about single mothers or mothers with children or fathers with children. It's nuanced. It's not always so simple. When you're Cardi B with a baby still in your pregnant, 8 months pregnant, and you're fucking some next dude, I don't know if that's true, because that's the rumors that's been out there. That's filthy work if that is true. But that is not as a woman with children, that is not as appealing with an 8-month-old in your stomach going through divorce, hitting the market, opposed to a woman that has an 8-year-old, a 15-year-old, grown children. There's nuance in these situations, but stop acting like it is just, oh, you have children, that's not a problem at all. A man that has no children is going to sign up for you the same way that he would sign up for a woman that has children, that he has no children that he could procreate with. He's pandering and misrepresenting on some fuckery, and Anton is always on some extreme fuckery. Always on some, oh, we're going to keep these people miserable. If they fuck up in one relationship, too bad, they stuck. They stuck in this. That's that manosphere talk. They want guarantees in relationships. Oh, the women could leave. Oh, these women are going to be hypergamous. They're going to leave me for somebody better. And it's like, nigga, there's no guarantees. There's no guarantees in these relationships. People want these perfect, confined, fixed relationships. And it's crazy.
And so we have too many broken homes, and we're trying to puzzle this thing and Tetris it together to justify that it makes sense. Now, is there circumstances, because I'm never going to speak on somebody else's situation. I speak in general. I don't know him.
Survey said.
Survey said.
The lie detector test determined that was a lie.
Tetris it together to justify that it makes sense. Now, is there circumstances, because I'm never going to speak on somebody else's situation.
Now, do I have to tell y'all why that's a lie? Do I have to outline why this is a filthy, flagrant lie when he says he's not going to speak on anyone else's situation? Do I have to pull up video after video after video after video of him speaking on somebody else's situation? Do y'all need me to do that? Do we need to do that?
I speak in general. I don't know him. I would never speak on his children or his wife. That has nothing to do with me. I appreciate that, brother. Right? So I have the utmost.
Maybe not face to face. Maybe not face to face, but when you're reviewing shit, you be talking about people.
He did that shit. Guilty as fuck.
Respect for him and his family.
Thank you.
So I'm just speaking in general. All right. So I want to make sure that I preface that because I don't want there to be any attacks. Right.
Understood.
But my point is that we need to get back to the core and the root, because if you removed the safety net, people would be more accountable for the things that they did and who they opened up their legs to. Right now, more than ever, there's a pandemic, an epidemic of women celebrating women having children out of wedlock. And we know that statistically speaking, that is a bad situation. You are more likely to end up in jail. You're more likely to join a gang. You're more likely to need therapy. You're less likely to be successful when it comes to future relationships. You're less likely to become a millionaire and earn as much. You're more likely to have debt as a result of student loan debt and things and so on and so forth. And so if we gonna solve for this problem as a culture, we have to remove the incentives for people to think that it's okay to have families outside of the covenant that God has ordained for us to have. Now, do circumstances happen? Absolutely. But it absolutely does not. That is not the majority. Most people are intentional. And let me address something else that he said. By the time that we are able to bust one, we know what's right and wrong. Mm-hmm. You know that you should not be having children out of wedlock.
This is the thing, Chantil. You said, thing is, nobody's forcing nobody to date baby mamas or baby daddies. We all have choices, LOL. These people act like someone is twisting their arm, like date this woman with 8 kids, sir, with 0. This is the thing that I found very consistent in talk spaces, in relationship talk spaces, in manosphere spaces, red pill spaces, passport bro spaces. Pretty much all the spaces have this commonality. Folks love to shame, denigrate, and shit on the folks that they desire. It's like watching a bunch of elementary kids that don't know how to properly communicate or convey their feelings towards one another. They just insult. They want to bring them down to a level so they feel like they qualify for the single mother. Oh, she's bad as shit. She has 4 kids, but I don't qualify for her. Look at her. She's sexy as shit, but let me just shame her and be like, oh, you got 4 kids. You got 3 different baby fathers and da-da-da-da. You don't qualify for me. I'm a high-value man. Dom DeMarco. And it's like, come on, man. What are we doing out here? What the fuck are we doing out here? It's just filthy work. It is filthy work. Shout out to A-Lady747 with the $2 super chat.
I'm getting rich.
A-Lady747 says, Anton Daniels has 1 kid and sees them as liabilities only. We heard him speak on, was it Dr. Phil? Where he was pretty much suggesting folks should not have kids, and if you are under a certain income level, you should not have kids. He's really against kids and the folks having kids. I don't know what type of white supremacist talking points that he's fell under when it comes to speaking to the black community and trying to have them have less kids, less procreation, less black folks in America. Because that is 100% a thing. And the thing that is the filthiest thing that I've seen in 2024 is that I've seen more black male white supremacists than white supremacists that are white. It's that bad.
I've seen him do
These niggas on internet are not on the internet. These niggas on X, niggas on Rumble doing the most to kiss Zaddy's ass. And I'm like, what's going on out here? Y'all are, what the, like, I'm so confused. But let's get back into this chat. I'll go on a tangent for too long if I keep doing this.
This is not something that we have to discover. At a very basic level, We know better. And that's why I can speak to men when I say the majority of men, especially black men, do not have children out of wedlock. That is a small minority of men that is populating the majority of these women, and we don't really want to hold them accountable because we know that women are the biggest consumers. And so again, I'm not here to make people feel good. I'm here to tell them the truth. No.
Nope. You're here to point the finger. What you effectively said is the black community has single mother rate and a bunch of single mothers, and it's majority of the women's fault and minority of the men's fault. You can't hold the men accountable because they always say this, 15 to 20% of the men are getting all the women and they're impregnating all the women and having all the kids. And then there's a small minority of men that are having kids with majority of the women. So majority of the men aren't at fault. It's a minority and blah, blah, blah. That's what they do to point the finger at the women. And that's not true. It is not true. The numbers and the percentages are just flat out false. They're flat out false. 20% a minority? Come on, somebody show me these legit numbers of there being a small minority of. It's not like you grew up on a block full of everybody that has single mothers and then everybody has the same father. There's like 3 fathers between all the fucking, like, that's not life. The way they describe things is it's egregiously wrong. And when you have conversations like that, it's important to actually substantiate it with actual facts and figures, real life numbers, because men lie, women lie. Numbers tell half the story because people like to use numbers in a slick way as well, where they love to convey a message and cherry pick their number to basically say, this is what this is. And it's like, no, when you break down and you interpret what the numbers mean in real practical settings, you're going to find out that what you're trying to represent is not true. That's why when you got to be careful with everything. And the problem is on the internet, people want to be lazy. There's no room for nuance. When it came to everybody in the chat section of this debate, it was either you're on Yada Awakening side or you're on Anton Daniel's side. There was no in between, although they're very extreme. We got blue pill simp panderer, and then you got this red pill hates women, upholds the white supremacist agenda ass nigga over here. Like, you have two polar opposites.
I do not think that a man needs to practice becoming a father to a child that's not his and trying to figure it out to negotiate and work with another man that wants to probably at some point participate in this child's life, because it is a zero-sum game. And I know so many people that regret the day that they ever decided to get into a relationship with a woman that then ultimately should have went back to her child's father. Go back to your child's father and work it out. Because that's the person that you created the covenant with. That's the person that you married according to God's law. Go fix it.
Man, shut the fuck up. Shout out to my stepdad. Come on, man. Fuck out of here.
That's what you need to do.
Now, what if a woman is saying that this man is just absolutely egregious? That's just somebody.
It's like shit happens. People break up. Things happen. People, like, when people say this type of shit, it's like, come on, man. You're trying to tether people down to their first bad decision. You can't do that. You can't do that. There's cases where there's. What if a woman? Oh, I think they kind of give grace for widows. I think that is the only gray area where if a woman's widowed, they give grace. I was about to bring that up, and I'm like, yeah, but I think they give grace for widows, because at that point, if they don't, that's asinine. Go back to your husband. Go back to the man that created the kids with, and he's gone. I think that's where I'm pretty sure they give grace for widows. So let me just be quiet on that. I was gonna make that point, but no.
It's not even something that I can repair. Go back to.
It's not about
you. How do you give that woman?
It's not about
advice?
her. It's about the child. Everything that you do at that point to bring somebody into this world that didn't ask to be here is what's best for the child. You remove yourself. You got to put down with self and up with God. What is in the best interest of that child? Is it in the best interest of that child for you to be raising that child in a 2-parent household with the father? And if so, why didn't you think about that before you opened up your legs to him? Because we got over 100 different forms of contraception. It's not about how you feel. It's about the child. I do the thing that's in the best interest of my child, not me. I put myself last. But I also understand that the things that I do in my greatness, she's the beneficiary of it. And I would never, ever, under any circumstance, let another man raise my child.
And that's beautiful. What he's saying is beautiful. And he's coming from a place of being raised by mother and father. But you have so many women that never seen their father, They've never known that a woman should get married before they have children.
They did know.
Hold on.
No, there's all sorts of circumstances, and this is why I'm saying people be lazy. There's folks that have their father in their life. They're always acting like, oh, there's their stepdad that comes in and the father's absolutely removed. It's like, no, the mother can move on and she can date other dudes. And then when she dates another dude, that becomes the stepfather. And a lot of the times the father is still there taking care of his children. Somebody said in the chat earlier that somebody had a stepdad and then their dad walked them down the aisle or something. I can't remember what it was. I think it was Jay the Informant. It's like there's people like this whole... To me, it's weird. I'm not out here saying, yeah, go out there and your number one option should be a single mother. That's definitely not what the hell I'm saying. To each his own. Every situation is different. There's grown-ass men that are in their 40s, 50s, that had kids already or don't want to have kids, and then they meet a woman that has kids, and it's a perfect match for them because they don't want any kids. The woman that they meet has kids already. She's done having kids, and it works out. It's a very nuanced thing, and they're just using it to throw a little more hate and disparage single mothers or unmarried women. Like, I don't know, man. A lot of these talks are overblown. There's too much of them.
Hold on, bro. Let me.
What the fuck? Hold up, chat. My headphones died. I don't know what's going on. These AirPods, man. Hold up, chat. We testing real quick. We testing. Okay, we good.
Let me speak, because majority of young girls are they're starting to lose their virginities at very young ages as children, looking to replace that feeling of not having a father. They just want to feel some form of masculine love. So if this child made a mistake at 15 or made a mistake at 16 by sleeping with the wrong man that promised her the world, oh baby, I love you, oh baby, I'm thankful for you, oh baby, I'll never leave you, and she got into this woman's head because, like you said, fathers should know and teach their daughters right for wrong. You do agree, correct? Mm-hmm. So if the father isn't there and she's running behind a masculine energy and this man is saying, I love you, I'll never leave you, I'll never cheat on you, and she falls in love with this man now saying, I want your body. If you love me, let me get your body. She doesn't know right for wrong because she didn't see no man growing up. Now she gives this man the body. Mm-hmm. Now a child is born. That means that this man right here that doesn't have any children should not get with her?
Absolutely not.
Come on, brother.
Absolutely not.
Come on, brother.
100%.
Come on, brother.
Damn it. I got caught reading the chat again. I missed the situation. I missed the situation that he just last described. I didn't listen well enough. My bad, chat. I'm gonna have to pull back a good 10 seconds. Right after this super chat.
I'm getting rich.
Shout out to Kiera Hart with the $10 super chat. W's in the chat for Kiera Hart. Kiera says, I literally had to explain to one of my patients why I don't have kids. I told her I want to be married first, and she said, that's cute. I explained that women have value beyond having kids. She's 60. Wow.
God damn.
Wow. Huh. She's 60.
Come on, brother.
Listen, at a very early age, I was never going to not have a child, or I was never going to have a child out of wedlock. It's just the facts. We was never going to co-parent.
Bro, you met your wife to be, which is your wife currently, when you were in high school. When you were in high school, you were in high school when you met your wife. She was your best friend. You made her your wife. That is not the normal situation for most folks. So when you talk about you don't believe in dating, where's the connection? How do you get to where you're? I don't know, man. Most people aren't wifing straight out of high school. That's not life for most people.
I was never going to have another man in my child's life.
That's beautiful.
And this is the sentiment of most men, especially black men. This is a norm within our culture. Go and look it up. It's data. It's statistics. This is not my opinion. This is a fact. And again, I'm going to go back to the core of what I said in the very first conversation. You can solve for 99% of all men. that are doing the wrong thing, and 1% of men can populate the majority of the earth with women that choose to be with this one man.
Can as it's physically possible for 1% to repopulate the world, or is it probable? Like you said, these guys always talk about possibilities versus probabilities. If it's probable, then we'll run with it. If it's possible, we don't care. Now that we're the 1%, it can be possible. Is that happening? Will it happen? Has it ever happened? No. So just because 1% can populate by the numbers doesn't mean it will ever happen. Especially in today's society, that's not happening.
At some point, every single person, including women, have to be accountable for the thing that they did and open up their legs to. And we also know that women are the ones that initiate the majority of the divorces. So
of course.
So,
and I hate this argument as well. Women initiate the majority of the divorces. Okay. That doesn't mean that men aren't failing their relationship. That means the women are fed up and they want out the door. So the relationship's failing. They're just the ones that are initiating the exit. That literally means nothing. It means nothing. If anything, it's more negative on the men that the men are being left at that rate. But even then, that doesn't mean anything because we don't know why they're leaving those situations.
They're walking away from their households and becoming single parents by choice. This isn't something that they're being forced to. So when because he's a great salesman, I got to give you that.
Come on, brother.
No, you're phenomenal.
Come on, brother.
You do the whole crying thing.
Come on,
oh my
brother.
God.
Come on, bro. You're showing sassiness right now. Come on, brother.
No. This is what
you
said.
Come on, we men now, brother.
No, listen.
Come on, we men
now.
now.
Oh my God.
Come on now, brother.
I didn't know a man, and so as a result, I was looking for love, and so I had this child. You know what I hear? Excuses. Excuses.
Let me add on something real quick, right?
You're a great salesman.
This man right here.
I see why you got a great product.
This man, thank you, brother. I appreciate you. This man right here. I don't want to attack Antoine. Let me say this. No, hold on.
My life is perfect.
I want to make sure my words is accurate. Let me not try to attack Antoine.
Nah, it's the same out here, bro. It's the same out here. It is the same out here. But this is the problem when people say stuff like that. They're incentivized to leave. Most folks in relationships aren't high value where their woman is taking all their money that they earned prior to meeting that woman. So when they get divorced, they're losing all their shit. They're paying alimony. That's not the majority of relationships. That's why when I hear this shit, it's like, yeah, the people are incentivized to take half, but half of what?
God damn.
Most time it don't be much.
Well, let me say it like that.
Most times the issue is the fact that you're dividing. I think that's the issue because most people don't have much on by themselves, but together they do. So when you divorce, now the fact that you guys have money together, you guys equally pretty much make the same amount. Maybe the man makes a little bit more, but you put that money and you guys been building, and now that money's in the house. Now that money's into the mortgage on the house, and you guys have been paying down for years the mortgage, and you're about to own that house outright. Now you're getting a divorce. Now the value of the house is up for divorce. Now you guys are pulling against each other to pay out lawyers, and that house's value is getting disintegrated by that divorce. Like, I understand that there's those issues, and some people feel incentivized to feel like, oh, I can get more out of this divorce, and then other people, and then men are like, oh, it's cheaper to keep her. That's why they're talking about that 80% or the women initiate more. We know there's all sorts of nuances when it comes into that, but for me, I don't think it is a blanket statement to be like, oh, the women are just incentivized to leave, because it's like most relationships aren't with ballers, rappers, athletes, niggas that have so much money where it's just women are so incentivized, and those guys that have money generally do prenups. And if they don't do prenups, then who's the idiot that did this? Like, when does the crack begin?
When does crack, now, so the cocaine's happening, when does that crack come into play?
I think there's all sorts of provisions, strategies, and plans that you can employ to avoid having someone running off with your bag, finessing you, regardless of what type of situation you were in. The problem is most people are not informed. Most people want to play victims and be like, oh, the child support court is against me, instead of understanding what the power that they have and the way that they can maneuver information. Knowledge is power at the end of the day. If you are ignorant, then you are weak most of the times when it comes to maneuvering around the life, because you got to know stuff, man. You got to know. Don't be a victim out here. That's not aimed towards anybody in the chat. This is general speak. General speak. I don't want people getting offended and shit. Let's get it.
It's toxic to teach a woman to stay in a home where there's no form of love or safety or security, because that teaches the woman, the young child,
Yes.
it teaches the young girl that she should grow up and stay in a relationship with a man.
It's not even just a young girl. It's the young boy. It's any type of child. You don't want anybody miserable withering away in a relationship. And that's my biggest issue with these motherfuckers when they talk about, oh, these women are breaking up the family, they have kids together. It's like, yo, if their relationship is absolute misery, don't stay in it. Man, woman, I don't care. We talk about, oh, men, we feel responsibility in X, Y, and Z. Of course we feel we feel a level of responsibility towards our children and being there to protect our family and being there to stay in the household. But if your relationship is miserable and it doesn't work and it becomes levels of toxic, and if it gets abusive, that's even worse, because you don't want your children witnessing and living in that type of household, thinking that that type of relationship is okay. That type of relationship is a relationship to look forward to in the future, especially if it's a very imbalanced relationship where somebody is pretty much being taken advantage of. They might think that that is the norm. And if the man is abusing the woman and they're raising kids like boys, the boys might think that that's okay and that's the way you got to deal with a woman. And if you're raising girls, some women think that it's acceptable to get dog walked by a man like that. And if it's vice versa, where the woman's abusing the man, men will grow up to be simps and be abused by women and think it's normal. Just walking around as a whole Sanji out here getting mopped by women, thinking, yeah, this is life. And then women will just be complete bitches to men, feel entitled and just be, you know what I'm talking about, man. It's just a cycle of dustiness and trauma, whether you like it or not. They talk about damage without parents in the household. There's damage with parents in the household sometimes too.
That's abusive, that attacks her mentally and physically, emotionally. We have to understand the majority of women will not leave a place where she feels safe. She will not leave a place where she feels loved. Men keep screaming that women are leaving men or divorcing men in high numbers because these women are no longer happy. They no longer feel safe. They're not being financially provided for. Mm-hmm. They're taking care of grown men. Mm-hmm. And I know brothers, right, that are amazing fathers, amazing fathers, and raising their bonus children. These bonus children aren't curses. They're blessings. And any man that's...
What? Bro called them bonus children? I don't like the sound of that shit, yo. What the fuck?
Able to lead another child that's not biologically his, I salute you. Because the average man will not understand that. Again, Anton was raised...
Yep. Under their rules, fantasy, we are staying together forever while I'm happy as hell, and you...
While you are miserable.
You gotta stay, though. You gotta stay. You can't break up the family. You can't walk away from them kids and your husband. It's duty. It's duty over love. It's responsibility. It's all that.
In a home with two parents, which is beautiful. Like I can't.
Hey, he's saying that like that's a knock on me.
Hold on. No, I'm saying it's beautiful.
Hey, he
it's
keep
beautiful.
mentioning it like that's something that.
Hold on,
that's what you're supposed to do.
Brother. No, it's beautiful that he was raised in a home with two parents, but a lot of people didn't have the privilege of seeing that. So they're making mistakes, brother. They're making mistakes. She fell in love with the wrong. She fell in love with the wrong man. Whatever happened. But ladies, do not allow this man up here to make you feel like you're not deserving of a man. Or man, if you're in a relationship with a woman that has children, do your thing.
Yo, all right, y'all. My bad, y'all. I'm literally ruining this reaction by making this my own rhetoric and talking to the chat. But it is what it is. Sometimes it's like that. Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit. You know what it is, man.
Yeah, that brother's starving.
And I'm hitting the wrong drops. What's going on today? Okay, so American Gollum, you're responding to somebody in the chat. I'm jumping in on your conversation right now. Hold up. You said, I'm getting in on this because this is a point that I want to address. You said, who does this? A person you failed at leading, right? Or let me guess. They have to allow you to be the lead, to be a leader, or admit that you failed. Not you personally, by the way. And then you respond by saying, where is this? Some people refuse to be led. That is not a failure to lead. That is a failure to follow. This is where we get into the finger pointing and the manosphere talking points, where we start getting into the adversarial conversations, where it's the woman's fault for having a level of inability to follow, or it's the man's fault for lacking the ability to lead and properly secure the woman. All that shit is toxic finger pointing, and at the end of the day, I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. The relationship didn't work. That's the way I look at it. I think when we get caught in this, oh, you're not doing this, you're not leading, it's like, if you don't work, shut the fuck up, move the fuck on, stop crying to me because I'm not having it.
Crying to me and I'm not having
That's what it comes down to. Oh yeah, you're trying to shove around, you're trying to shove a square, what is the phrase? Is it a round peg in a square hole? What is it? Can't remember. Whatever it is. You are trying to fit pieces that don't fit, and then you're complaining that it doesn't fit instead of just understanding that this relationship ain't it. That's what it comes down to. And people just want to force things, and it's like, not everything's going to work. But let's get back into this, man. I'm not going to go on a long tangent. Fuck that.
I salute you. It takes a real man to be able to step up and be a father when no one else is.
No, it's not about do your thing. It's about going back to the thing that you committed to in the first place. And again, they always keep saying, do your thing, I'm surprised you ain't said queen at some point.
Queen?
Do your thing, queen. Do your thing,
So, Anton,
queen.
let me ask you this question.
At some point, you need to hold your parents accountable, right? Because again, we keep hanging this on the hats of men instead of hanging it on the hats of the people that came before you. And
this feeds into the victimhood that they love to take advantage of in the manosphere and the red pill space, when they're like, you got to hold your parents accountable. How about you grow the fuck up and get over your damage and trauma? How about that? Oh, we got to blame them for more things that's wrong with my big grown ass that I can't get over because I'm fucked up. It's like, no, my nigga, do the healing. I always say it. It's not your fault for your damage, but it's your responsibility to do the healing. And there's too much of this damaged bullshit going on the internet, and folks just spreading their damage, talking about, oh, they're hurt from this, they're damaged from this, my upbringing, this. It's like, do the healing before you get out there trying to lead in a talking space when it comes to relationships, or even be in a relationship, because all you're doing is spreading the damage. And ain't nobody got time for that.
put you in this position in the first place.
I agree.
So let's remove this whole thing that it's on men. It's not. It's not on all men. That's bullcrap.
What's not on all men?
It's not on this whole narrative of what we see in the culture. This is not a black man thing. The majority of men. So stop making up this narrative of an abusive household. Was he abusive? Wait. No.
That's what I'm saying.
No, let me finish. This is my question to you. Right. Was he abusive before you opened up your legs to him?
Now can I speak?
What? You know what? Let's move on, chat. Shout out to A-Lady747 with the $2 super chat.
I'm getting rich.
You know, I don't want to read that super chat. I don't want to read that super chat. Why? Because it's about dude's wife. I don't know, man. I don't want to talk. His wife's not a public figure like that. I know he put her out like that, but I don't know, man. A-Lady747 says Anton Daniels. Do I have to read this? I'm just gonna leave this up on the screen. Is that good enough, chat? That's good enough, right? That's good enough. We're just gonna leave this on the screen.
That's cool with you.
I asked you a question.
That's good. Brother, we have men that are some pro-finessers. They will give a woman a representation of themselves. And when they've got their hooks into the woman, they turn into something.
I'm getting rich.
This guy's feeding into some victim bullshit. I can feel it coming. Pause. Super pause. What the fuck? What?
Stick together.
Mm-hmm.
Pause.
What the? Feel it coming. Pause. What the?
Stick together.
Mm-hmm.
Pause.
Hey, yo, okay, so shout out to Man of Prestige with the $10 super chat. W's in the chat for Man of Prestige. He says, keep up the great work, LTTV. Yada won this. Anton is the real panderer in the debate. He said, okay, so you got Yada winning this. I see Yada as an extreme panderer to women. I understand that Anton does also pander to his male constituents, the red pill and the manosphere. There is an element of pandering on there, but I think a lot of it is more consistent with his rhetoric over the years. But I don't know. He has a lot of dumb points in this debate, a lot of easily dismissible talking points. But overall, throughout the talking points and through the questions that were directly asked in this debate, I think Anton he answered the questions a little bit more accurately than Yada. Yada kind of danced around the questions. He didn't really directly address the questions. And there was 3 questions that were the major proponents of this debate. And I think Anton, sadly, I think he won. I think I personally disagree with you. Shout out to you for the $10. And I don't fuck with Anton, but I think he won this debate.
Different. No woman in her right mind is going to be in a relationship with a man that's negative, Nancy, breaking her down mentally, physically, and spiritually, not providing for her financially. No, they get the hooks in her. And then when he feels like he's got her in love and all she knows is him.
Nah, see, this is the point, F&E Snacks. My bad. We'll get back to this, and I'll let this play because I'm really butchering the reaction. This is what I mean by this. You said nothing wrong with understanding fault to grow. Some you got to call out in the bull in yourselves and... Wait, what? Bull in yourself and ours. Okay, but this is the thing. We know about understanding where you go wrong and being able to call out fault. We fully understand that. But what folks love to do is get stuck in this circle jerk of no actual solution, just finger pointing. They're not going to do anything about it. They're just going to be like, it's the woman's fault. Or the woman's going to be, it's the man's fault. You're this or that. You're not leading or you're not being submissive enough to lead. It's always going to be this circle of, but nobody's going to do anything. Nobody's going to be like, you know what? I am a little bit on the shitty side of my leadership. Or you know what? I am a bad, I don't submit. No one's going to take the time to do that in those scenarios. They're too busy pointing fingers. My point behind that was just understand that you don't work at that point. You want to blame the men, you want to blame the women, just understand that y'all don't work and y'all are not a match. If somebody's not leading and their leadership is not conveyed enough for you to feel secure as the woman, then don't be with them. And if a woman is not submissive enough for you and you're trying to push her down into the submissive role and make her be, just don't be with her. People aren't going to be like, oh, well, I'm not submissive enough. No, you guys aren't, y'all aren't right for each other. That's what it is.
He turns into something different. All I'm saying to you, brother, this is what I want. No, I need you to hear this. I need you to hear this. Every woman that has had a child and is not with the man aren't bad people. And every man that had a child and not with the woman is not bad people. We keep saying a man shouldn't be with a woman that has children. Why? Because she have her children, but this man has children and children aren't with them. We have to make sense of this. Why do we keep saying, man, don't be with a woman with children, but we're not saying nothing by the man that's not taking care of his children or there for his children?
I want to actually ask that question right.
That's like a Little Mermaid movie that he just...
The thing is, it's like people don't, I don't think people are spending so much time talking about the men that aren't there for their children because they're being legally held accountable by the law. In most instances, they're being legally held accountable via child support. So if they're not there in the kid's life, what are we supposed to? What are the men supposed to speak out? How we can't influence people that don't want to be fathers to be fathers. But the law and the way the society is set up, they hold these men accountable via child support. And if a woman is not able to collect child support, 9 times out of 10, it's because she doesn't understand or know the man's name, last name, enough information about the man, and was too quick with the box, so the guy got away. That's what I see. For most men that get off and they're unaccountable, it's because they didn't know they didn't know each other well enough, and he got away, and he just skating away from accountability. But for the most part, people are held accountable.
Right there.
Let me ask this real quick because I want to know if you also feel that the way about men as well, because you got a daughter yourself. If you're giving her some instruction, would you pretty much instruct any woman? Is it the same rule that women should also stay away?
I would not tell a woman
men?
that don't have children to marry a man with children.
Okay.
I'm not biased on this. I'm consistent across the board. I don't think that it's in a. Could she possibly marry a good guy? Could a guy possibly marry a good woman that got? Absolutely. But I would never advise it because I would never tell somebody to do something that I wouldn't do myself. I'm consistent in that. And let me correct them for a minute.
Please.
Nobody.
This is where I'm confused. Do you have to tell somebody to not do something that they wouldn't want to do initially in the first place? Oh, I wouldn't do that myself. Okay, why would you think they would do it and they would do something that is not in their best interest? I'm just confused. Let's keep this playing.
Nobody said that they were bad people.
Okay.
That's just not your people. Everybody that's a good person is not for you. Everybody that's in a situationship is not supposed to be a part of your network. Every person that's doing something good or well, they don't deserve to necessarily be in your life because your journey is different. And so I never said anybody was a bad person, but I would never advise a man to do something that I wouldn't do myself, and I would never, ever go and talk to a woman that have children with another man.
When you say they're not
and
your people, what does that mean?
And what I would tell her is to go back with your child's father. And it doesn't mean that she can't have love. If you can finesse a man into doing it, then do so. But I would never advise my guys to do that.
When you say not your people, what does that mean?
It can mean anything. It can mean that we're not equally yoked. Maybe we don't need to do business together. Maybe we are going in two different directions. Maybe we have two different belief systems. It's a lot of different things that can identify whether or not a person is your person or your people and not.
Okay, so are you telling people they should be in relationships even though it's toxic just because of the child?
I never said that.
So when should they part ways?
I don't think that they should have got it together in the first place because you know who a person
already.
If it already happened, you can't say, well, you shouldn't have done it in the first place. Well, it happened. This is the circumstance. This is the situation. Now what is there to do?
I specifically said, no, I don't address if we already there.
Right.
I address,
this is what we're talking about. We're talking adults,
I address literally, you have to take ownership and responsibility for it. I don't believe that people are getting finessed like you painted the picture. I believe, because that.
No, he's not just focused on preventative. Why? Because he said that the person that you procreated with is the person that you should be staying with. That's the person that you're marrying. The person that, so if a woman had a child with a man, that man is the person that she should be forced to be with. He said that. He said that's what you should be doing. So he can't just say it's preventative because on the opposite end, you said, yeah, they should just be together. But then when you start adding in some nuance and you start bringing in some factors, now you start the tap dancing, you start the backpedaling, you start this shit.
That's to say that women aren't smart. Because how did you get so smart afterwards, but you wasn't smart enough to be able to identify that he was a POS when you got with him? That's literally.
You can say that about every man that got finessed out of a bag out of a woman. How did you not know that she was a gold digging 304 when you got her? You thought she was a sweet, submissive, lovely wifey. Like, that's the same. You can say the same shit. People get finessed every day, bruh.
Telling y'all that y'all idiots. You're not an idiot. You're not dumb. Most women know who the dude is that they got with and who they chased before they got with him and opened up their legs to him. You know that. That's why they say get married. Marry before you carry. That's why they say that.
So let's, because I get you pretty much talking prevention.
Correct.
Not necessarily in the situation, but I actually want to go to the situation because right now our culture is facing this situation in large numbers, Anton. So I want to get your consult for the people now in the situation because we get your stance, not putting us there.
I told you, go back with your child's father.
But here's the thing.
There you go. There you go.
Have identified as well.
There you go. There you go. See it? That's what it boils down to. When it's not preventative and you're already in that situation, go back to your child's father. That's what I'm talking about. That idiocy. Come on, man. Come on.
The people now in the situation, because we get your stance, not putting us there.
I told you, go back with your child's father.
But here's the thing. if we have identified as well, to Yada's point, that the brother is at this point not working on himself, pretty much unqualified at this point to lead and manage a family, may not even have the desire to, do you still recommend that woman put herself in that position, or should
In
she,
what position specifically?
to be in a relationship with this type of man, or should she go about parting ways and trying to find, just run it, be a single
Listen,
mom?
I took my vows serious. I don't believe in parting ways. It's death till death do us part, in sickness and in health, for richer or for poor.
These are single women, though, by the way.
Well, you said part ways.
Well, again.
Yeah, he said that, but this is the problem with relationships and reality, Anton Daniels, is you don't have control over the other person. You have control and power of influence. She may be following you as her leader, but at the end of the day, if she is absolutely miserable and things don't work, regardless of effort that you may perceive that you give, results aren't always guaranteed. That covenant of, death do us part, that is not always guaranteed. So when it's not guaranteed and she decides to slap your ass with that divorce, what then? What then? Don't sell these people in your talking space, in these bag chasers, this finished product that is full of guarantees, and that's not relationships ever. Ever. There's no guarantees.
A woman who got pregnated by a man, they're not married.
That's your husband. That's your husband. What are we talking about? You can't take it back. Ain't no take backs. We in this. It's me and you till we die. We gonna figure it out.
I don't believe I'm hearing this.
No. They asked me the question.
I never believe I'm hearing this.
We gonna figure it out. We gonna work it out. We gonna do it.
While you are miserable.
We gonna make it happen. We gonna take on the world, and we gonna take over the world.
While you are miserable.
Again! It's some things that we gonna have to figure out together. But you just can't leave after you got somebody pregnant. You can't leave after you get pregnant. What you talking about? That's your husband.
Man, listen, hold on.
That's your husband.
Listen to me.
You are miserable.
Listen to me, ladies. If you're in a relationship with a man, you're pregnant, or if you have children by this man, and this man is not being a man in your life, leave him. If this man is breaking you down mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, leave him and make sure he gets himself together. And if he can't get himself together to keep you in his life, that's not the man for you. Leave. I don't care what this brother talking about. That makes no sense, and it's devilish. It's too many women being killed by toxic men because they want to stay for emotional reasons of the children. Think about...
Wait, what?
What?
Wait, there's a whole bunch of femicide taking place? What the fuck?
That makes no sense, and it's devilish. It's too many women being killed by toxic men because they want to stay for emotional reasons of the children. Think about yourself, because you can't properly protect your child if you're being abused on any type of level, if you're not being provided for on any type of level. Love yourself enough to know when to leave. If not, you will pour this childhood trauma onto your child.
We use extreme words, and in order for him to even survive this debate, he got to use extreme words like abuse.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, well, when it gets to abuse, yeah. This is the problem with this is where Anton's being very disingenuous. He was extreme. He went extreme, but that's the point, because you said go back to the person you procreated with, regardless of situation. There's no nuance involved. It's just that's who the person you should marry. That's your words. That's your rhetoric. You came and you doubled down. This point, he definitely lost. There was 3 points, three major matters of contention. Anton won 2 of them, I would say, lost 1. This is the one that he took an L in. This one's bad. Yada was kind of fucking it up initially with his first sentiments, but this is bad. You can't escape this. Yes, he's talking about abuse. You may think that is extreme, but you said regardless of the situation, they should go back with the person. And you don't want to have children raised under abuse, under misery, under things that is not optimal for a child's progression and development to see a relationship. You'd rather see no relationship unfold and a healthy co-parenting than toxic relationship, man. That's crazy.
Right? Because, again, we're supposed to be talking to the majority, not the minority. People leave each other because they don't like each other or because it's a difficult financial situation. or because they fall out of love, or because they have lust. Supposed to be talking to the majority, not the minority. People leave each other because they don't like each other, or because it's a difficult financial situation, or because they fall out of love, or because they have lust for somebody else.
That's right. That is right. Okay. You got one thing right.
Of course, there are extreme circumstances where you don't stay in a situation. If you're getting beat up on, because that goes without saying, we shouldn't even have to address that. Of course, you shouldn't stay in an abusive situation. But again, he's using extreme versions of the conversation in order to be able to survive. When in reality, we talking about people that's just walking away because they don't like the person, or they don't like his financial situation, or they don't like what it is that they think that is going on in his life or her life, or she see her friend and she get influenced by it. That's what we talking about. Most people are not just walking away because, oh man, every man. Come on, man.
A woman does not walk away from a place where she feels happy and she's stable on each and every level. A woman will never walk away from a man where she feels secure on each and every level. His man stepped out of a fantasy.
To me, I don't like when they're focused and fixated on conversations involving the woman leaving the man. I would rather have conversations where we're speaking about people leaving each other, because when it's always to a woman leaving the man, it feeds into this whole manosphere, jail these women type conversations. Oh, they're going to leave. What reasons could they potentially leave for? Oh, no, that's not a valid reason to leave. It's like, my nigga, if somebody wants to leave, they're going to leave regardless of how you think regardless of what you think the reason is, how valid the reason is, they're going to leave. They're going to do what they want to do. Now, you can say that it's bad for the community if they're leaving for absolute arbitrary reasons that don't really amount to anything. Oh, your breath stank on Thursday. I'm gone. I'm out this relationship. Like stuff, idiotic shit like that. Of course. But when people are unhappy, miserable, they harken back to you only have one life. It's healthier for the kids to see co-parenting than seeing somebody miserable, regardless of what the situation is. It doesn't have to be to the point where the woman's getting mopped. But it could still be toxic and not salubrious for one's well-being. At the end of the day, we forget that relationships aren't supposed to be this detrimental box that you're trapped in and it's just some duty because the other person is so unbearable and they don't care. That's not, I don't know what we're doing out here, but let's get back into this.
Look, extremes. Now, we saying that a woman will never walk away from a man if she feels secure. Most women don't even know what they don't even feel like themselves after they have a child and they got postpartum.
Come on, brother.
No. Tell me it's not true.
No, you're right.
Most women don't even know what they feel like when they have postpartum.
Yeah, because they're going through postpartum, sir.
And a lot of times these women are leaving situations when a child is an infant, when they're young. So if we talking about feelings, because that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about purpose. See, love is not about how you feel. Right. Love is what you do.
I agree.
And so it's an endurance test. Even the word of God, the prize isn't given to the person that run the swift. It's given to the person that endureth to the end.
Yo, tell me you're miserable without telling me you're miserable, because that's what this sounds like. I would not ever champion this rhetoric and espouse this rhetoric. It's your duty to stay miserable in front of them kids so them kids develop a grotesque view of a relationship where the two people that are together are just thugging it out in misery for them kids. Like, that is filthy work, man. That is extreme. That is extreme. I'm not campaigning for people to just break up families, but like, what are we doing out here?
It's not a feeling.
There's still too many single mothers. Yeah, there is. I've seen the numbers in all races. There is too many single numbers across the board. There's too many.
You might feel some type of way right now. That's why the word says that you can't let the sun go down on your wrath, because you then have to absolve for that. Because when you wake up in the morning, you're going to be a completely different person, right? So I'm not going off of feelings. I'm going based off of what is the current situation. And again, it's not about me. It's about the child. So you may feel a certain type of way right now, but we going to work this out. We not leaving. We not getting divorced. Again, we going to use his extreme example of getting your head cracked in. Don't stick around when you're getting your head cracked in. But I'm speaking to the majority. Don't just leave just because you feel a certain type of way about a man.
Ladies.
Okay, so yeah, we have one side pandering, and now let's listen to the other side.
If you feel unsafe if this man is not leading you to the best version of yourself.
Again! This is the grossest part of his rhetoric that's pandering. Anton already made a concession on the abuse. He said, if you're getting mopped, get the fuck out of here. So he made a concession on the abuse. You talk about if you don't feel safe, we already know that's void now because you already said that. He talked about feeling secure. Okay, that's kind of in the same realm, but security kind of goes a little bit further. There's emotional security, there's financial security, there's all sorts of well-being categories for security.
If you feel unsafe, if this man is not leading you to the best version of yourself,
you right here violated the entire conversation, and this is why I'm like, get this nigga the fuck out of here. He lost. Even this one, although I said Anton lost this one, I think 2-1. Nope. This is egregious. This is egregious. This is when you get into super pandering, leading you into the best version of yourself. Do you know what the best version of yourself entails? The best version of yourself is an arbitrary thought of what you should be according to the things that you see out there in reality. So if you are one of those people that are attached to social media and think that you should be living this lavish life and you should be this, and that, and you should be the queen of the world, if your man doesn't somehow elevate you into that without any personal agency of your own, he is not leading you to the best version of yourself, and he is detrimental to your well-being. That's where it gets to the extreme. That's where it goes to the extreme. That's the other extreme of the spectrum, where Anton's saying stay with the person that you procreated with, and it's just like that's extreme. There could be all sorts of variables. That is the other extreme, where women will just leave for any arbitrary reason because they feel like they can do better. That's what the manosphere fights against. These two people, both of these perspectives, are very toxic and negative for the relationship space. Very.
If he's not being that guide, that leader, and that protector, leave that man. I don't care about no form of fantasies, period. And men, if you're doing everything you know to do for your woman, to keep her happy, to love her, to protect her and guide her, and she's still doing things that you don't recommend, or she's going out there doing things she has no business doing, leave that woman. If not, your children will reap the hurt and the pain of that cycle. We have to break these generational curses. We have to.
This man is going to have y'all jacked up. He going to have y'all absolutely toe up. He going to ruin your life. He going to ruin your child's life. He going to ruin your family's life. Take this and really replay it and pay attention to what... Because, see, this is not even about winning a debate right now. This is about the culture.
Yeah, you do. You absolutely do, Brino West, but that's not the point. He was basically saying if the outcome isn't that of which, if you are not becoming the best person. So if the outcome is, it goes into you must have a fixed outcome. That's how losers date. That's a loser perspective of dating, not yours. I'm talking about the fixed outcomes, the shit that the manosphere heavily reiterates. These guarantees. You don't get guarantees, dweebs. You don't. You don't have control over another person in a relationship. They're their own self-fulfilling entity. Like, it's not, I don't know, man.
This is about your family. This is a life decision. This is not something that I'm just going to easily say something and say, hey, you should just leave. No. You should really seek counseling. You should really get together with your pastor. You need to go to God and pray on his behalf. You need to pray over that man at night and get your olive oil. You need to go and convene with the people of your elders and first understand whether or not it's you and it's not him. Because you may be feeling some type of way based off of a bad influence in your life. This is not something that you just play around with. You don't just leave when you got a child in a situation from somebody that you've committed to and opened up your legs to and you've gave your body to. That's not something that we just easily just walk away from and just say, oh no, just leave. Leave him if you feel unsafe. No, you need to do every single thing in your power and leverage every single resource that you can in order to ensure that this is the thing that you are not supposed to be in based off of something that you can't control. You don't just willy-nilly just walk away from a situation and think that that's going to be conducive for your child. Because if you knew better, then you wouldn't be in that situation in the first place. Your judgment is already off, and that's why you need elders. That's why you need guidance. That's why you need mentors. That's why you need pastors and preachers. That's why you need a community to lord over you. That's what the community really meant. It wasn't about just taking care of a child. It was shepherding over the people that didn't know any better about themselves. And if you listen to this person, he gonna mess your family up. Don't do that.
The women.
Let's close out here.
Hold on, real quick.
Right after this, I got a question. The final question.
Real quick. No woman left after the first time, the second time, the third time, the fourth time, the fifth time, the sixth time. They done prayed to God, got on their knees, talked to the pastor. These women ain't just leaving these men. They emotionally invested to them, loved them, gave them the body. They're tired. They're mentally falling apart. They're suffering from depression. And we're going to say, oh, stay there for the children. She's crying every night. Every night she's crying. But we want to put everything on the woman rather than, oh, keep your legs closed. This woman loved this man with her all, her mind, her body, and her soul. This is why she left. She sacrificed everything for this man, and he still has not changed. I would rather you leave a man than to your child to watch you cry every night because this man's verbally mistreating you, not properly taking care of you and treating you like you're trash. Ladies, you're not a doormat. You're not under a man. You're side by side with a man. If any man treats you like that, you know he's dealing with some deep-rooted childhood traumas.
So I want to ask this question right here because one thing that you said, Anton, was, you know, and I think you said you was very intentional when you stated this. You said, I wouldn't tell somebody without kids, man or woman, to date somebody else with children.
Mm-hmm. I was a little confused when he said the woman was side by side next to the men. I was confused. I'm like, really? I thought you were going to say the men were under the women, because my interpretation of most of his rhetoric, not that last speech, but throughout the duration of the 2.5 hours that I've been reacting to this video, he says a lot of shit like, it sounds like men are beneath and need to kind of like pedestalize women because we got to pay $50,000 for a woman, and all his friends paid for their woman and everything. And then I don't know, his perspective is a little weird, but let's get back into this.
Does your insight change, or does your advice change if you're giving somebody advice with children? Do you now advocate for somebody to date somebody with children if they already have children?
No, I'm still saying you need to go back with your baby daddy.
And that's for men and women?
Yes.
Do you feel like that's the same across the board?
I think you need to fix your family. I want to see families together. I don't want to see this remixed version of what we think makes sense in society. I want to see preventative maintenance. I think that we need to be more proactive instead of reactive. And I want to see families together.
Yeah, you're very idealistic, sir. You're not very practical at all. Practicality comes into the equation. Anton's like, what are you talking about? Let's be idealistic. It's like, bro, come on, man. We all want families to be together. It doesn't work that way a lot of the times. A lot of times people break up. It is what it is. When they asked you, would it be okay for a man that has kids to make a family with a woman that has kids? Has 2 kids, dealing with a woman that has 2 kids, having 4 kids total, having that Brady Bunch style family, and bringing the family together. What's the problem with that? What is the problem with that? It's still a family, ain't it? It's still a family. It's better than single parent. Oh, shit.
I'm getting rich.
Shout out to This Might Be Risky, DJ Hamp in the building with the $20 super chat. W's in the chat. Or in the, what? What the fuck did I say?
God damn.
W's in the chat for DJ Hamp at This Might Be Risky. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe over there at This Might Be Risky. DJ Hamp says, salute LT, keep grinding. Thanks for stopping by every once in a blue. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. Yeah, I'm always in the cloud, my nigga. I'm always in the cloud. If I'm not in the chat, it's because I'm like one of them normal niggas in real life that don't be in the chat.
God damn.
But yeah, man, I'm always watching, man. I'm always out there. I'm always in the cloud of everything. I see most things on YouTube. I'm really out there like that. Shout out to you. Hold up. We got this. Shout out to Hamp, man.
If y'all want to keep up with the news and just shit be going on, subscribe to LTTV. That nigga know everything about everything. Put the LTTV in the building, man.
Shout out to DJ Hamp. Let's get it.
with their biological parents. I don't want to see this remix version.
Oh, shit. My bad, y'all. My bad. Hap, I'm going to give you a wrench. This is what I do. Whenever there's content creators that I fuck with in the chat, I give y'all a wrench because my chat is ruthless at times. Niggas be packing folks out in the chat. Yeah, I can't do that on this live, but next live, I'll give you that wrench, bruh.
And that's what my advice would be.
And I agree in the perfect world. In the perfect world, I completely agree. But the sad part, we're not in the perfect world. People make mistakes. People are led astray. But in the perfect world, yes, but I agree with you in the perfect world. Sorry, this is not the world we live in.
There you have it.
Pour your
Incredible.
What I want to do here, I want to go ahead. Can we get a poll just to get a temperature of who people rocking with right now? I want to get the Anton and Yada poll up. Let's just get a general sense of it. We actually got a poll that's still alive now.
Yeah,
right?
let me close this. We're
Let's
going to have
close
this
it
one
out.
open for 28 minutes, guys. Should men date women with children? You heard from both Yada and Anton. 60% and 60-40. 60% of people say yes.
Wait, what?
60% say yes. Very interesting. I want to drop that other.
Wait. 60% said men should date women with children? So this guy won the last round. Wait, what?
Poll just to get a sense of it. Matter of fact, how about
Just drop
this?
it in the chat.
Just drop it in the chat.
Yeah.
Yada and Anton, I want to get a temperature of the room. I want to see where people are. We're moving into round 4. This is the final round. If you're ready for the final round, drop final round in the chat because I want to go ahead.
Right.
I'm very excited for this one here.
Super chat's going crazy. Shout out to
Final round? I thought that was the final round.
Hell no. Trash ass nigga.
I have to listen to another round of this? What the fuck going on? See, F&E Snacks TV, this is what I was talking about. Single childless women with single childless men, baby mamas with baby daddies. What's the problem with that? What is the problem with that? We bringing families together. What is the problem with that?
TR, mediocre tutorials. He says Anton is absolutely cooking. Big shout out to HR for putting this convo together. Make sure you follow mediocre tutorial reviews. That's actually our boy JD who's chiming in. JD, we appreciate you. Shout out to Tunyo says, I don't think men should date women with children. I understand unique situation where it does work out, but time is already scarce. Now you add a child, it's not yours that you have to care for. No. Shout out to Jay Davis says, Anton watching this dude 3-0 sidebar. Atlanta Street interviews need to stop smashing those homeless chicks. That's nasty work. I don't know what's going on in the chat, but apparently y'all know each other. It's really going crazy.
It's going crazy.
Shout out to Marriage Politics and Sports says, a single man should not even entertain a woman with a child unless he wants to marry her. Never lead her on just for sex. But if your preference is to start your own legacy, don't entertain a baby mama at all with no guilt. Shout out to Danny Shade says, step baby daddy equals simp. Interesting. A young woman is saying that. Very interesting. Shout out to Cassium says, seeing beyond the arguments, misunderstanding, and mistakes is realizing perfection does not exist in relationships, but their beauty is in the efforts to stay united as a couple. Shout out to Marriage Politics and Sports again. 77% of black women have children out of wedlock by 24 years old. Black men have been left with very slim pickings for black men. Black women, I'm assuming saying, and black women have children out of wedlock by 24 years old. Black lives, but their beauty is in the efforts to stay united as a couple. Shout out to Marriage Politics and Sports again. 77% of black women have children out of wedlock by 24 years old.
He said 77% of black women have children out of wedlock by the time they're 24 years old. Can we get a fact checker on that? Did somebody in the Discord pull up some stats? Where in the hell did he get that stat from? Can we get some verification on that?
Men have been left with very slim pickings for black men. Black women, I'm assuming saying, what about the disrespect black women give to the stepdaddy? Interesting. Shout out to High Quality Women, one of our very own initiates. She's added at least over a year with that purple badge. Shout out to you.
There you go.
Anton has a cute, privileged perspective. Anton has acute privileged perspective, I think she's saying. He speaks from an ideal utopian world that doesn't exist. Single moms need to pursue God, self-actualize, and get educated on how to peacefully coexist with men. Man, y'all are really, really supporting the channel right now on the platform. So shout out to NBA going crazy. And that's no dusty bums allowed, just in case you didn't know, okay, which I support. And shout out to big bag chasers, which I also support because I'm a bag chaser myself. Shout out to Silent Sniper says, well, since Yada believes that childless men should date women with kids, how about he addresses the lack of respect those women have for stepfathers? That damn accountability.
We don't care.
Let me tell you something. We don't care. Crying to me, and I'm not having that.
Once again, why are we addressing women that aren't on the menu for anything? They're not an option. They're out there disrespecting the stepfathers too. Were we supposed to speak up for these stepfathers that are being disrespected in a role that they have they signed up for willingly? Nothing is trapping these niggas in this situation. It's not their biological offspring. They're not on child support. There's no reason for them to be there. If they're being disrespected, that is of their own volition.
Shout out to Chantel Jones, one of our lovely initiates, says, I really wish Hardly Initiated would stop giving Anton a platform. His views are biased and based on his own experiences, non-compassionate, not considering human error and redemption, and erroneous as you know what. Shout out to Practitioner Her, another one of the initiates. Ain't no debate if he gonna deflect like a man with concepts of a plan. Are you not entertained? Y'all are going nuts.
Make sure we go over 10 because it's going crazy.
Bro, Jay the Informant, the stat that he said, it wasn't just black women having, he said 77% out of wedlock, but he said by the age of 24 as well. Basically saying there's no grown women that are options at all that don't have kids. Pretty much saying that. Because more than 3 out of 4 have kids by 24 is what he's saying. That's that. We need to substantiate these stats with real figures and real insights, because people just put stats all over the screen. It's like, how are we supposed to know this is true? Where's the verification? Where's the source? Where's your reference?
It's all over 10.
Wow.
Shout out to Zeta. We're going to have to increase it.
But we're going to have to.
Shout out to Zeta Zintendo. These women choose those men when they see red flags. They stay. That's her fault. All of us men get blamed for actions of those few guys. They opened their legs. No protection. She chose to be pregnant.
Yo, Jay the Informant, where did you get these stats, bro? Where did you get these stats?
Free will. Shout out to AR Smitty. That boy Yada throwing the Hail Mary. I'm gonna do two more. Shout out to Word Customs, always using extremes to move goalposts. How many of us know women who purposely got pregnant by a bad guy who ain't want a baby and think she can change him, then want to be victim? Nope. Accountability. Last one, guys, from Initiate. Shout out to this thing glitching. Shout out to Erica Denise. Ryan, your face is so intense when you're listening to the responses. You be so into it. I am into it. This is riveting.
And
Very
I'm gonna tell you something.
Conversation.
One thing about Hardly Initiated, we're not gonna lean away from no tough conversations. In fact, I want to make sure our platform is the platform to galvanize and bring together the brothers so we can have the toughest platforms. I actually want to thank both of you brothers from coming from different sides of the world, different places, and sitting here together as men and having these conversations, bringing all of our followers, our listeners into one environment and having hard conversations. Because I believe, honestly, if we did this at home in our families, had the hard conversations in our own kitchens and dining rooms, we'll probably be in a better situation as it is. So if we ain't doing it in the dining rooms of your house, we gonna do it in the dining room of the...
Nah, I ain't gonna lie, I thought I cut this part out. Hold up, chat. Because I thought I cut this part out and this wasn't part of the schedule, let me go to this, because Lee dropped some insights and I want to see what we got here. Hold up, chat. Let's see what we got here. Who's on the screen right now? I better be me. Okay, hold up, chat. I was about to violate my own privacy. Where we at? Where's my music at, nigga? All right, there we
interact anywhere in these social media streets with Black manosphere people, you will hear them quote 25% of Black men are fathers. And I was always wondering, where are they getting this information from? Because they literally just keep quoting it and they never really provide the information like where they're getting it from. I have figured it out. They are using partial information. You see this
now, without getting any insight to what these stats are representative of, they seem pretty consistent they seem pretty consistent across the board. Why am I struggling out this bitch?
This graph here, look at the right tail. So the yellow, 25% of Black men aged 20 to 29 are fathers. The bulk, 80% of Black men become fathers between the ages of 40 and 49. 80% is considerably higher than 25%. So ladies, go to the census, take a screenshot, and make this a video yourself. Considerably higher than.
From what we can see here, this is in men. We don't have the women stats. I wish we had the women stats because that would be give more insight to the conversation that was being had. But this is by 40, age 40, 80% men, generally Asian, Hispanic, Black, 80%, pretty consistent. White a little bit behind with 75, but Hispanics usually have more kids in their 30s. By 71%, that's more than the Asians and the whites, but it's pretty consistent. On an average, it's in the 60% of people have their kids in the 30s. In their 20s, pretty consistent with white, Black, and Hispanic. They're all in the 20%. Black, we have kids from 15 to 19, so we have 3.1 higher. Everyone else is at 1 point. It's not, the numbers aren't that skewed. They're pretty consistent amongst races. Yeah, we have a bit of variance from the Asian and the Hispanic group. It kind of, certain slots, one is a higher than the other, but for the most part, it's pretty consistent. Black is pretty consistent amongst other races.
Than 25%. So ladies, go to the census, take a screenshot, and make this a video yourself so we can debunk their junk. Debunk their junk. Considerably high.
Yeah, this is a problem. That kind of does, but that's only one part of the equation. That's only the men. They're specifically speaking about the women because it's going to be two different variables. We're going to see a different number. I would like to see how it corresponds with the women's stats. If anybody can send that in the Discord, but let's get back to this.
Damn hardly initiated studios. So this is where we at right now. We're moving into round 4 of the conversation, and we're about to get it. We got Yada in the building. I am delivered. Absolutely. And we also got my brother Anton in here. And let's go ahead and get into round 4.
Yo, when they say you got your man Yada in the building and then their drop is the I am delivered, what are they trying to say about this guy? Well, are they trying to attribute a level of zest to him? I am delivered. I'm confused.
This one here is this one here also trigger, man. This whole conversation is a trigger one, to be honest with you.
Right.
Because we had a situation a few episodes ago. I had my brother Anthony O'Neill on. I had my brother Wall Street Trapper on. There was a sister who claimed that brothers over 40 and single were actually red flags. The interesting thing is a lot of the culture actually says the same about the ladies. We didn't talk about the ladies, but I want to bring that here to this conversation because who we started with last? Did we start with my man Yada last round?
We started with Anton and ended with Yada last round.
So we're going back to Anton because here we go, Anton. Would you say it is a red flag if a woman is, let's say, 35 plus and single? Is that a red flag?
No. I don't think that that's a red flag. I don't think that a lot of things that society and the culture says is red flags is a red flag. I don't think that a woman that don't have children by 40 is a red flag. Right? I just think that, again, I don't think that we're a monolith. I think that everybody is different. Their circumstances determine what their decisions are going to be and then ultimately what their outcomes are. A woman that's over 35 and single, that's it? No, I don't think that that's a red flag at all. I mean, if she's single with children, then I think that that's a red flag because then you have to start adding the context. Well, why do you break up with the person that you was with? Man, how many children do you have and how many different baby fathers do you have and all of that? But a woman that's 35 and single, she could have just been intentional, right? She could have just been focused on, you know, her career or, you know, taking care of somebody that was at home or, you know, a lot of times it's a lot of men and women that are playing son husband or son, you know, wife to parents that then had children to
what? Son, wife, what?
Take care of them, which was selfish on the parents' part. But that woman could be responsible for that parent in that way, and she could have took on that burden, which is not her fault, and she shouldn't have to take on that burden. But I think that is nuance and it's context. So I don't personally look at a woman over 35 that's single, and that's just the criteria alone as a red flag. And let me also say this before you go. Okay. I think that we all have red flags.
Right.
You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious?
Some of them bigger than others, right? Some of us has some things that we have to work on. It's a lifetime of work that we're doing, and we're evolving as we go. You're not going to be the same person at 20 as you are at 30.
Here's the trick, y'all. Here's the big secret, y'all. He has nuance. He understands the nuance between all the talking points that he's discussing. When he adds nuance, it is to benefit the talking point of the direction of to benefit the direction of the talking point that he's trying to nail home. When he lacks nuance completely and acts like it isn't a black and white world with literally no nuance and it's all extreme versus extreme, it's because he's trying to drill home a talking point and trying to have that talking point forever live on. So that's why when you see folks purposely make points with no nuance, it's because they're purposely doing it. He knows there's nuance involved in every last one of these discussions and topics. But folks would rather just be like, nope, this is YouTube. Let me just feed into my base, or in Yada's circumstance, completely pander to your base.
You're going to be a different person at 40 than you are, at 30, and so on and so forth. And so I think that everybody has red flags, green flags, and so on. The conversation I think that we miss is, what are you willing to live with and work through? Because we're looking for this ideal person, and we'll say, okay, well, they have to make this amount of money, or they have to be this far in their career, or they have to be a Greek, or they have to be in a fraternity or a sorority, and all of these different criteria. But we're not looking at the thing that you're willing to work through, because the thing that determines whether or not you're going to stay together is the problems, not the things that you like about the person. The things that you're willing to endure through when they're growing and evolving past that point. Even when it comes to financially, again, I spoke a lot on younger people, 20, 21, 22 years old. You may be looking at a guy that has all of the things that you want in life financially, and he may be 30, 40, right? He may be 40, 50. And you don't want to endure with this guy that ultimately is going to get there, and he has your best interest at heart. He has better character. He actually believes in God, right? And we see a lot of women walk away from that for the glitz and the glam and for the highlights. You see what I'm saying? So I don't think that that's a red flag on him. I just think that that's a growth opportunity, but she don't want to be with that guy because the culture that we live in is saying to go with the guy that got all of the money instead of going with the guy that actually has the better interest in you that ultimately is going to translate to the best situation for the both of y'all. So I don't look at a woman over 35 alone as just a red flag. I don't look at that.
Yada, what's your thoughts on that question, brother?
I agree completely with the brother. The only thing that I disagree with is him saying if the woman is over the age of 35 with children. Some women have given men their youth and been married 20 plus years, and the relationship just didn't work, and they parted ways, some peacefully, some toxic. But I believe that woman is in a place of healing. So I think
Survey said
all women, regardless of their age, if they're single and working on themselves, I don't see that as a red flag. And like my brother said, I believe that we all have.
You started off by saying you agree with him. The question was, if a woman is 35, wait, what was the question? Never mind, man. Never mind. I'm just going to end this. Fuck this.
Have red flags, and we should really get with people that can deal with that red flag.
There you have it. Honestly, man, again, I think a lot of overlay and overlap. And it's interesting because I know you brothers very well as far as your content and what you speak about. And although you guys have a lot of differences, there is a lot of overlap in your perspective, which is very interesting. But that's why I'm happy that we was able to get some nuance here.
Man, if we were really, oh, the audio's going in and out? My bad. Listen, y'all. Wait, what the fuck? Oh, I see what you mean. Hold up.
In this
Oh, no.
He can lead.
What the hell did I do? I just fucked this up. Goddamn. Huh.
You're a funny one, brother.
To get some nuance here in this conversation, what I actually want to do here, because
I believe generally they believe in the same type of things. That's why this internet shit and these talking points and A lot of these platforms is just fugazi as shit, and it's just like, let me just pander to my base. Let me nail these talking points home to my base so we're consistent with the message to our base. Because it is extreme on each side, and I don't believe that they believe the things that they're saying. I don't think practically they believe the things that they're saying. I don't think they think it works out that way in practice. I think they're just saying it because it sounds good to their base. A lot of pandering on both sides.
Like to get like your first time.
At the end, the thing that was most telling about this was at the end when I went to the comment section, and a resounding amount of men were saying, "Yep, Anton won this. Anton hands down. Anton." And then the women, yada awakening. Yep, he won this. Anton doesn't know what he's talking about. I'm like, oh, okay. On that channel, it was very split. The men were for Anton, the women was for Yada, and they both know who their fan base and who they were pandering to. And I'm like, these type of conversations end up really being a waste of time. They end up becoming way less informative than the person that is watching it to get a level of information. Way less informative than it is, than the aim, than it was targeted to be.
Before you end, I wanna say this to Antoine, brother. Thank you.
No, thank you
for coming.
Keeps calling him Antoine.
Here, man, and being respectful. You're a funny guy. you're a funny guy. But man, you came here, man. Your brother's very intelligent. You articulated yourself very well, man. And I'm blessed to have you as my brother, even though I might not agree with everything. Mm-hmm. I am blessed to have you as my brother, and this is my little brother, man.
No, but let me also say that I do appreciate him, right? I do appreciate you, and that I actually see value. Of course, we gonna acknowledge the stuff that we agree on, right? But I see value in engaging in conversations, respectful dialogue with people that may have a difference of opinion in me. And I think that a lot of times people want to see people in an echo chamber, but I don't think that there's any growth in that, because there are some things that he said that I'm going to take into consideration,
likewise,
and evaluate and say, you know what, did he have something there that I kind of overlooked? And so I see value in you. I see value in your conversation.
Likewise.
I think that you are a blessing to the culture, especially as an example of how it is that you guide over your family.
Thank you, bro.
You are a blessing to the culture, the way you guide over your family. You just told him an hour ago in this same video that he was detrimental to society with his rhetoric and he's leading women astray, and he was not ready to be involved in these relationship talks within these talk spaces. You said that about him, and now he's this?
And so I have a lot of respect for you, even though we may disagree, and we're going to have some dialogue, and we entertaining for the people and stuff, but I do respect you, and I do have a lot of...
Hey, guys, I have to add this too. This is... I watched a few videos last night of this brother. I have to say, this is the first time I've seen this brother so respectful. And I believe, hold on. But I believe that it is because he was also given respect.
Absolutely.
All right, so I wanted to go back to this thing. Dating women with children, blah, blah, blah. Was that the red flag question? Women's red flags.
Single, she could have just been in the context. Well, why?
Because thing is, a lot of the culture actually says the same about the ladies. We didn't talk about the ladies, but I want to bring that here to this conversation, because who we started with last? Did we start with my man Yada last round?
We started with Anton and ended with Yada last round.
So we're going back to Anton, because here we go, Anton. Would you say it is a red flag if a woman is, let's say, 35 plus and single? Is that a red flag?
No.
Okay. See, yeah, I had to make sure I heard the question again, because I thought that Yada was basically disagreeing just to disagree, because initially he agreed with Anton's point. He just said that he disagrees with the women that have kids at that age. And he's like, there's nothing wrong with those single women with kids. And I'm like, wasn't the question pertaining to a single woman at 35 with no kids? But the question was strictly 35 and single. The kids wasn't a part of the equation. They made that distinction and delineation themselves. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this episode, y'all. Pretty much it for this episode. We've seen pretty much what the thumbnail says. Pretty much what the thumbnail says, but pandering on both sides to each fan base. We know what's going on. Most pandering I seen was from Yada Awakening. In conclusion, Anton won the debate. I would say that he won the debate. There's points where Yada Awakening had a better take, but for the most part, I was not satisfied with either of the takes. Pause. I thought a lot of the takes were really extreme on each side and pandering to a fan base and not really being objective or being realistic in how things play out practically, not idealistically. So there's that part. I'm gonna wrap up this episode though, chat. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you're not already subscribed. We have a lot of content on the way. I hope my internet speed is moving as good as it's supposed to be because we had an update in the modem, but yeah, we pretty good. We had a couple. Ooh, shit, we had 75 drop frames. Is that what you were talking about? Someone said the audio kept going in and out at one point. We had 75 drop frames in this stream. That is a new high. All right, chat, I got to fix my technical, but we'll be back. We will be back. We out. Yeah.